And I'm short. Oh, come on. What is that? Baby!
Jesus.
Good morning. Why is my cam the only one not on? Oh my goodness.
Oh,
we got
that's
open
embarrassing.
closet and dog begging to go out when he was just out. Welcome back to WhaleWatch, everyone. I'm gonna take a stab at not even doing intros anymore and just try to make shit interesting right out of the gate. You guys got to miss Tucker doing some dastardly things to his microphone. But we'll just jump right in. Right here is Anthony sitting on gamma exposure. But Anthony, go ahead and flip that to yesterday, because yesterday had some spice.
Pretty clean yesterday. Really
clean. If you take that bad boy back, 10 minutes at a time.
Yeah,
let's get it all the way to the morning session. I just want to take a look at how this gamma exposure changed as we just kept ripping upward, dude. I had a pretty massive migraine yesterday, and so I wasn't messing around with trading at all. Wasn't even able to go see Spidey like I intended to. But we also had thunderstorms and shit all night, so whatever. What are you going to do? But, I mean, just look at this. Right out of the open, if you can zoom in a little bit, go ahead and click the zoomies. Let's get these bars a little bigger for the homies. Right at the open, they jumped hard and bumped up against heavy positive gamma at 76.50. The tiniest of pullbacks to that 76.40. Just tiny pullback. Held it as support and just off to the races. Go ahead and jump ahead 10 minutes. Watch how these green bars here. Now here we're still near the open here. We're way at the beginning on this chart on SPX. Keep jumping forward a couple more 10 minutes. As that price rose, you can see this positive gamma positioning down at 76.50 start to fall off. That shady little grayish dot became a white dot way down here. That positioning fell off. But at the same time, you notice that it's moving up. These positive gamma bars are growing, and they're not quite there yet on the timeline. Go ahead and jump another 10. Oh, we're tapering off a little bit there now. Up above, it's just above 7,700. We got the tiniest bit of gamma exposure rising once again while we still have this wide range of negative gamma. Go ahead and jump again. Keep jumping that bad boy. Look how that negative gamma at 7,700 keeps growing. Go ahead and jump it. You can just keep clicking it. It's just a perfect visual of that gamma growing as we keep pushing upward. You see there it dropped off on that 76.50 again, building up at 77.15. It still grows all damn day, dude. Just trucking and trucking and trucking up. And you can see that negative gamma growing massively as they continued to rally upward. Guess what? They wicked right through that too. They didn't slow down. Go ahead and click that all the way into end of day now. Just click it and look at that gamma profile shifting. Absolute cinema. See how it's growing deeper and deeper negative up above?
And then even more up.
They just kept pushing right through that negative gamma. They didn't even give any severe back tests at all. This was one of those close your eyes, buy and hold type of days, and it just kept going, man. Insane day.
That's funny too to see it this late in the day. 30 minutes into close, they're still building up there. That's at that point though. You got to kind of think in your head. You're already up over 2% at that time. Probably a tough little chase for me at least.
Yeah, I had a pretty hammering headache for most of the day yesterday, and I try not to mess with charts or trade when that's going on because it messes with my performance dramatically. But I just wanted to showcase here right before we get into market open, kind of how that gamma exposure by market makers fuels directionality. If we're already moving in a specific direction and we're hitting a bunch of negative gamma, market makers tend to join that side. So if we're ripping upwards through negative gamma, market makers tend to buy into that strength. And on the flip side, they tend to sell into that weakness, generally targeting heavy positive gamma. And all day yesterday, that positive gamma kept rising. The negative gamma in between positive gamma zones kept steepening. and they just ripped right through all of it.
Almost the same setup as Monday too. Almost exactly the same setup as Monday, where you just had that up move, and that was kind of it for the day.
Yeah,
Man,
there were 2 instances during the day where shorts could have worked, and both of them were immensely short-lived. You could see that little pullback off of 77.50 that happened in the mid-afternoon, and then heading into close, guess what? New all-time high again, before they finally gave a little bit of a reversal and back test. But that, again, little, keyword.
Today too, obviously we still have to wait for a couple updates, but man, it's messier today. But they're still up. They're still kind of aiming up there. And I was looking at too, since we're kind of talking about gamma, I was looking at the SPY heat zone here heading into today. Look, we're right on top of a put wall, but we're very close to that call wall there too. And look at our 0 DTE there. It's all still above. Look where our price is compared to where all that heavy positive gamma is. It's almost looking like another update, and your absolute gamma's at 775, which we're kind of right there. So I'm curious to see, looking at Periscope here, if we're just going to kind of maybe see a choppiness here. Just because, we do have some 0 DTE positive gamma above us here, but absolute gamma's at 775. It's going to act as our strongest magnet and pin. And looking at Periscope here, you have all this positive gamma, which tends to dampen that price. I'm curious to see, because I know there's rumor about, an announcement about the Strait of Hormuz coming today. Like, who knows, obviously. So, I'm kind of curious to see what happens there with that. But yeah, the 0 day, they're positioned up there a little higher, and yeah, well, curious to see what happens there. But I don't know. I think it might be a little choppy out of the gate here. It's not like yesterday and Monday where all that positioning was kind of favoring one side.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
If we just take like a quick peek at, here's on the micro NASDAQ, same difference, y'all. I manage risk pretty tight, so I don't trade NQ raw. But here on MNQ, micro NASDAQ, they're kind of running into a bit of a shelf around that 29,950. It acted as resistance on the way up in the overnight session, acted as support briefly on the way back down, and right now they're bumping right up against it. So I'm kind of wondering, as we head into open, if we're going to get another influx of buy volume to push us back up toward that 30,000 even spot. But no, it was a really fun day yesterday, just looking back in retrospect. Again, I wasn't able to play it, but really fun to watch.
Yeah, it's, good lesson for beginners there to kind of actually see it without getting all the choppiness. July had a lot of kind of choppier, bigger range days. And the funny thing is, we covered, it'd be cool to go back and
in both
see.
directions.
Yeah, it'd be cool to go back to July and see what that, the percentage of them hitting, most of the range was. Because every show we did, it pretty much almost hit that, a majority of the range. Obviously, you're not going to hit the extreme top and bottom of the range every single time, but it covered, 80% of the range almost pretty much every session. I'm hoping August just gives us a lot of good setups there. A lot of good setups would be nice. And yeah, flow yesterday was really good too. A lot of good intraday movers. Like, I found a good Visa one that I posted about on Twitter. Dude, that thing 60% intraday. I got that here actually.
Polar Bears on Twitch says, if you guys could make Lucid go to 0, that would be great.
Yeah, look at the Visa I found yesterday. 170, kind of closed up there. 291. Just intraday moves on everything yesterday. Kind of hard to miss on a call.
There was
yesterday,
There was also that, let me see which contract it was. There was a pretty spicy SPY contract that jumped into the fray.
That Snorlax talked
about mid-morning. Yeah, let me find what contract that was. You already got her saved up
here for you. It was the
775
big size.
775 for 814 rather. Dude, it was like 140,000 volume.
Yeah.
It was like 140,000. Look at that shit, man. What is that?
And it's funny because
it was already up like 100+% from the open when these entered, And it entered with size, dude. Holy shit. And there we go. Market's open and it's up another $200. Half that position's
Dude,
still open, by the way.
That whale put in 35 million. Imagine making 35 million in a day. Like, imagine that.
No, that's what they bet.
Yeah, I know. Can you imagine? Well, I mean, 35 million, and they 100%ed that same day. So I mean, they made 100% on their investment. I mean,
yeah, just come on.
Can you imagine?
Again, half of that position's still open, so they're still making money.
Yeah.
And we know that because only 80,000 of that volume came off in those transactions that followed intraday, along with that big ass 140,000 spike in volume. 80,000 of that carried over. The position's still open, and they're still making money. There was another one that was pretty spicy, but they ended up rolling their contract out, and they're probably making money on that now too. We're opening already up over 0.5% on SPX. NQ did exactly what I was asking of it right out of the gate there. They cracked through that 29,950. Let's see if the buyers can hold on and keep it spicy. I was kind of hoping for a little bit of downside today after such a big move into new all-time highs. I'm not confident we're going to get that. So we'll keep an eye.
Hey, at least we got a range today, though. I mean, unlike yesterday and Monday, I mean, at least you got a range all the way down there to 76.50 and 78.80. It wouldn't surprise me to see a headline today. I mean, there's just lots of rumor going around about, oh, hey, we're, going to come up with a deal. I mean, we've heard this a million times already. So, I mean, but the headlines will cause us to move, even if it's the 900th time we've heard the same headline. So, just be aware. But yeah, I mean, they're kind of stacked up a little below us here. I'm not as much above us here. I'm let things settle for a little bit. We got data in 15 and then top of the hour again too. I don't know what it is with us with data after open every show almost. Sucks, really annoying. All right, let's see. Ooh, they're slapping Wolf out of the gate. Look at this. Just instantly. Jeez. Are we down today? Let's see. You got 10,000 opener just right out of the gate here. I tend to avoid that stuff that comes right out of the gate like that, though, just because, I like to let things settle. But, yeah, I mean, and just kind of looking at the two, I mean, the fills are all over the place, too, so it's not really a clean kind of fill. I mean, you got 243, 222. It's just all over. Too messy. That's why I like avoiding the opens there. But, I mean, that's still very interesting to just see that coming in. I mean, all within the first minute and a half. There.
Yeah.
That's
I'm just eyeballing just the NASDAQ here. They did reject that attempt at 30,000, basically right at it. Back tested as low as 936s. Let's see if that holds as another support and they just push this higher still. Yeah, that seems to be the case. Let's see what they do here. And they're gonna do it. There we go. We're breaking through 30,000 on the NASDAQ currently. I'm still eyeballing that pocket of positive gamma above us. I do like seeing that growth in positive gamma at 77.55.
Yeah, I'm waiting until our data's done. I usually get killed when I.
My opinions on Kate coin, whatever the hell that is don't put it in my checks. We don't do meme coins here.
Cake or cape?
Kate.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Don't do that.
Man, I could go for some cake right now, man. Dude, that sounds so good.
Maybe we get
cake for breakfast. Fucking hard ass. Dude. What the hell?
How the hell do you think a donut is?
Yeah.
It's fair.
What were you gonna say though? No,
I completely forgot. It's gone.
You said maybe when we and then Tucker.
Oh yeah. Maybe when we have our Mondays completely locked into futures, I'll do some spicy shit and scalp Bitcoin futures or something. But for the most part, we are a very not super heavy on crypto show. We mostly just rock options flow and futures scalping. That's about it. Reads. We'll be having some guests on in the near future. Prolific long-time traders and fund managers. That's going to be fun as shit. Get a little bit new perspective. For the most part, man, we're just messing around, surfing some options flow, taking random ass futures scalps. I still don't have the cleanest of entries, so I'm still flat.
Yeah, just kind of
Still flat.
that 77.90 just absolutely dropped off there too. Man, the positioning is just all over too, though. I think we might see more. Not really a trendy day. Obviously, things can change minute to minute, but this setup isn't showing trend like yesterday and Monday. This is showing maybe a little more volatility, which would be kind of nice for
I'd like some
scalping if you're
spice.
trying to.
I will say though, those really nice clean days, like yesterday, there was nothing in any context that could have signaled somebody to go short yesterday. It was
No,
just
no.
the cleanest straight up price action.
I took the short one to close yesterday though. But that was a
Nice.
nice little dump.
That was
there.
basically
That was a
the
nice
only
little
real
dump.
clean opportunity to
Yeah.
do so.
Yeah,
We're pushing up
that's
toward that 30,059 area on NASDAQ now. I would like a sharp dip down toward that 77.55 before I'd be comfortable longing, just because my risk to reward ratio on longs is way tighter than shorts. I'm a lot less comfortable with it. Does it make sense? No, but it is what it is. Right now we're getting a little bit of a pullback on the NAS. I want something steeper before I try to long this. Not confident enough to short it until we take out that opening low in any case with a back test.
Look at that
Ooh, nice little
big
drop.
pop up there. Look at
Yeah.
that big pop up there, 78.50.
Our
Kinda
negative gamma
dropping
zone that we're
off a
sitting
little
in
bit
right
here.
now just steepened as well. They're giving an attempt there at that 77.55 it looks like.
Man, that's
Sorry, 70. Jesus Christ. I was looking at the wrong line. 77.60 is what I was looking at there. NASDAQ just went. We just took a nice little 100-point tumble on the NASDAQ. Right then, right there. If they backtest this and reject again, I'm going to have to short it, Anthony. I'll have to. I won't have a choice.
We got data in 8 minutes. Data in 8 minutes. Just
Yeah, I don't know if
be
I got
patient.
the patience to wait 8 minutes, baby.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
8 minutes?
I don't blame you. I don't blame you. I don't blame
8 whole minutes? We got
It's
320
hard.
people in here. They don't want to wait 8 minutes, bro. 8 minutes?
Technically, we got data at the top of the hour too. So 23 then. So if you
I'm not
really
waiting
want
for
to
both
be,
of those,
you
you mad lad.
Yeah, I know.
The hell are we going to do for 20 minutes?
Make fun of Tucker. We could make him put his microphone back the other way.
No, thank you.
Make him put the.
Yeah, a full 5.5 minutes before the show started, he was fighting with his microphone. Because Anthony made fun of him.
Anthony looked at me.
Down.
He's like, "Why is your mic upside down?" I'm like, "Sound's not coming upside down." I'm like, "Fine, I'll fix it."
I was like, this seems like the
didn't have
best
to.
time to do that. Refill my coffee, and then I'm going to pull my chart back up, see if there's anything waiting for me there. I like that pullback. You're looking at market tide. The net call premiums took a little tumble right along with price there, but it's bouncing up with it as well. I'm not convinced on a firm directionality for the day. I mean, look at this right out of the gate on that 100-point pullback on the NAS. Like, we dropped all the way to 908, so about 110 points, a little bit more, some change, and they're already back up to just about where they started. You can see why that is not a short to chase. The buying pressure is too strong. We had a big volume spike on that sell on this 1-minute candle. We are right at the point where I wanted to back test to short it, but I'm not gonna. I'm gonna wait. I'm not convinced on that being a reversal when we're sitting right in the middle of this wide negative gamma zone. This can accelerate in either direction. If you were here right at the top of the show, we looked at yesterday's gamma exposure profile, and it did something pretty damn similar out of the open. We just accelerated up powerfully through that negative gamma, and I'm not gonna risk just randomly throwing contracts on for a chance. I need this setup to clean up a little bit. I will say,
pretty quiet today too.
the dome is pretty chill this morning. The last few mornings, we were getting crazy amounts of slippage. This morning, it's pretty clean. If you hit a market order, you're only going to get, up to maybe 5 points on the NASDAQ of slippage, which still stings. But, I mean, if you were here on Monday, we had to trade our way out of a hole because I got 50 points of slippage right when I entered a trade. That sucked, but we chipped away at it. We got it back. We're chilling.
That's that happened to me yesterday too. Like when I was doing my stream, I got in an ES. I actually got kind of screwed on a candle because I got the slippage right when that came in, and on ES that's not fun. So I It was green on the day, went down like 200, and then made it up right at the end, and ended up like I think 130 or so. So I mean, like you can't get emotional like when the stuff happens. Like okay, just move on to the next trade. Don't like because yeah, cool. I went red, and then you could have freaked out and got mad and threw the keyboard out of the window and stuff. But like it's just like.
I mean, if you just listen
There's always another trade.
If you just listen to our intro, every single one of those clips of me in it are from the show. So, don't get emotional. You can piss and moan a little bit. Dude, we are pushing now. You see why I didn't want to short my spot quite yet? Look at that. They are pushing through that negative gamma zone. Look
at our 78.30. Look at our 78.30 too.
Still
another big pop there.
Right above that positive gamma range. Let's see how hard they push this. If they give another dip, even half of what they did that caused this push up, I'm gonna go counter Stony and probably join them. I want to see if they can get to that 30,059 area.
Market makers are short those calls, so you know what that means the customers are. They're long those calls, and how do you make money if you're a customer buying calls? Gotta have that price go up.
You don't.
Gotta have that price go up. That's kind of the way that I've been like thinking about it more too. Like you kind of think about it as like you're the house, gambling, all that fun casino stuff.
Yeah, just never call it house money. Never call any profits you make house money. I get why people do it. They're like, hey, I already won. I can widen my risk a little bit. I get that mentality, but I don't like that mentality. If you made money, that's your money. That's not house money. You made that money. That's your money, so you're risking your profit. It's not house money, man. That ain't house money. That's your money. Now, with that said, we're just kind of stalling here a little bit. I was kind of hoping they would give a bigger push up to that 30,060 spot. Let's see if they get there on this push.
Look at that. I batted 100% there. I said we're going to kind of be choppy out of the gate. Look at that. I'm just going to close the charts and be done for the day now.
Yeah, show's over, guys. Get the hell out. What data do you get? Do you usually trade SPY? So this data is market maker gamma exposure. Attributed market maker exposure. There's no customers included in that chart that you saw on Anthony's screen there. That's all market maker positioning. I trade the micro NASDAQ on futures as well as options on individual names, but that data is coming from SPX, which is the S&P. It's the big boy of the SPY. That's what that data is. I use it to help make my decisions trading futures. It would probably work a little bit better in terms of cleanliness and a 1-to-1 options data to futures movement ratio, but I learned how to scalp on the NASDAQ, and so that's what I stay scalping. But if you, right on this same channel you're on, YK, this YouTube channel, after the show or in the middle of the show, whatever tickles your fancy, head over to the education playlist and look up the Periscope on there. There's 3, maybe 4 videos at this point, and all of them break down what the shit on this tool means. This isn't much of an educational stream. There will be one of those today. Let me plug that quick. One of those is going to happen as we near the end of our show at 11:30 Eastern here. Head over to unusualwhales.com/office hours. Tucker, if you can spam that link in every chat, it's an important one. Every Wednesday, Snorlax UW, the OG of Unusual Options Flow, the OG, baby, does a Zoom call.
Yeah, that's a little different there.
Yeah. I had to correct the record. But it's a Zoom call. You click on that bad boy. You can ask questions about the site itself, about options in general. That's going to be a lot more beginner-friendly than these shows. These shows are the entertainment, hey, this is how we actually use the tools, rather than here's how the tool works for the most part. Can't recommend that one enough, though. Head over there at 11:30 Eastern. Pale Whale on YouTube says, went bullish on SPY 780C at 121 per contract. Let's get it. What's that trading at right now, Anthony? Homie, get the bacon on that bad boy. Depends on when he got it, right?
Right now. Yeah, depends on when he got it.
NASDAQ got us right below that 30,060 that I wanted. I waited a little too long to short that, missing out on a 20-point move here. But we're waiting still. I'm being a good egg. I'm not just going to chase. I'm going to wait for my setup. We'll keep looking at data. The dome's getting a little spicy here at this daily high as well. You can see those bid and asks widening. The fill price is happening sporadically. This is where I don't enter a trade anyway. Gets a little spicy. You're gonna eat some loss no matter which direction you get if you market
Yeah, and you
order when
got
you see the
data
button like
in
that.
1 second here. Should probably see a little
Yeah, let me look at the screen,
move
full
here.
screen here for him. Look at that wide gap in the dome. This isn't where you want to place a market order. You're gonna get hurt right away. And like Anthony said, we got data coming. Let's see what they do there.
I'm looking at SpaceX here. SpaceX, obviously, you know, I wasn't trading SpaceX. I was just more interested to see how the earnings reaction was going to be on it.
Yeah, fair.
Where it's not even close to its implied move yet. We're off about 4% there. So, I mean, we're obviously we still got some more time in the day, but I wanna pull up the contracts here just to kind of see what the price is on those. Look at that. If your calls, I mean, puts are slightly up a little bit, but with a 10% move, and you're wondering, hey, why are my
Dude,
contracts
SPCX
not up
shit
more?
the bed, and you know that guy that's been shorting those $330 calls is just giggling his ass off. You know
He's probably
he is
watching the show.
chuckling.
He's just watching the show, waiting for us to talk about another trade he's putting in. I wonder if,
Dude,
let's see, do we got
like,
anything on
come
it?
on. And this just harking back to when SPCX launched, and again when the options launched, a lot of people in the chat were asking if we're going to long it there. And I said I'm not touching SPCX options, period, because their implied volatility is going to stay above like 400 indefinitely. And holy shit, look at the stock price right now. On an earnings beat, no less. On an earnings beat, by the way.
Yeah.
It's way below the IPO list price. Like, way.
Look
I don't mess with
330
IPOs
whale.
for that reason. I don't. Yeah. He's pocketing every single penny of that shit.
That's just
Like, every penny. Like,
That's
dude.
just. Hey, doesn't Joe owe us a car because I said if
560,000 open interest on that sumbitch. Bro.
Yeah, and I think there's a couple other chains in there too, like the 450.
Yeah, like, come on.
320%
What is that?
out of them.
Nah, fuck this guy. This guy sucks. If I had that kind of capital, though, this is the way to do it. Like, something that is very clearly not holding up to its IPO list price, something very clearly not going to rip 150, 200% in 2 days. Like, yeah, that is a candidate for shorting calls. As he's trying so hard to conquer that 30,060.
There's never 100% certainties in trading, but, you know, 300% out of the money contracts, you know, you're probably going to be safe.
Yeah, probably.
Go out on that limb.
Like, anything can happen in general. Like, as a rule of thumb, anything can kind of happen. But is it really gonna? Probably not, right?
Probably not. You got to probably 99.99999999999% chance there that it's not. But with my luck, I'd get the, like, 0.01% chance and be like, cool, thanks.
Yeah, thanks.
Just
Thanks.
My luck. Man, we are just chopping in that negative gamma. Flow's pretty quiet to start the day here. Wolf, these are
Wolf is another one that just chafes me, man. I had shares of Wolf below $1 and I sold them at like $1.20. Like, fuck me.
Yeah, well, I mean, if it makes you feel better, I got some free shares from Palantir when I had some Webull stuff, and I think I sold them at like
anytime I did
$15.
anything with Webull back in the day, it was fucking Ford. Every time it was Ford.
Snapchat, or.
And this dude gets a war stock of the century. Which obviously is doing fine.
They had a really good deal for a while where if you like refer 3 people, they'd give you like an Apple share. I think I got like an Apple share at $150. Of course, you know, I sold it.
I have never gotten something that nice from Webull. All I got from Webull was the futures platform freezing and nuking our last show account. That's all I've gotten from Webull.
I need to go look at my shares that I got here. I'll pop them. I don't really care about that here. Yeah, here they are.
Oh, your free shares from Webull. You're gonna show it to the camera. This should work. This should go well. It's not going well at all. You're freaking your camera out.
I got Spotify, Snap, Goog.
All for freebies?
Snap, yeah. $3.
What the hell?
Well, they're not full shares. I mean, 0.0.3.
Oh, the fractionals? Let's go.
Yeah, the fractionals. But yeah, no, Spotify, Snapchat, Google, Ford. Let's see, what else is in here? Snapchat, Ford. Oh, does it stop now? Oh, it doesn't go back. Oh, okay, there we go. Forward, Snapchat, Spotify, Snapchat, forward, Snapchat, Snapchat.
It's always forward.
Yeah, it's...
We do, while we're dicking around here, waiting for price action to settle down enough for me to take my style of scalps, we have a request for Dell. And I do wonder, we haven't looked at Dell in a minute, ever since Trump pumpy-wumpied it. I want to kind of see if they've done anything spicy since. The Trump pump wump, baby. The Trump tweet yeet. Dell got it nice and strong. Intel got it strong. I wonder who's next. And mind you, days before, per his reporting, which was very, very late, by the way, days before his Dell Trump tweet yeet and his Intel Trump tweet yeet, both times he entered a shitload of shares right before. So you love to see that. I'm glad to see congressional trading, etc., is nice and strong in the executive branch too. And then there's the whole monetizing his tweets. That's crazy to me. But
yeah,
what do I know? I'm just some.
That's a story for another day.
That's a story for another day.
GNW, what the hell are these shares? I got a lot of those in there. GNW. It's got to be some like pharmaceutical shit. I
recognize the ticker, I think.
GNW, UWMC. I'm just looking through my tickers.
Genworth Financial is GNW. They are.
What's it trading at right now?
974.
Oh, so I got the shares at $3. Cool.
300% on a Webull 3B, baby.
Dude, there's a lot in here too.
All right, let's not get too married to that.
Okay,
I think they get the point. I think they get the point.
Okay. hey, I was just trying to go back. I was, figuring out why I suck.
It was that easy? All these years?
Yeah.
Wow.
Go back and
all you got to do is promote Webull and you get a bunch of freebies, and apparently it pays off for boy Anthony.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Dell here. So we're up 3%. I thought I saw some Dell flow hit the tape yesterday. Let me just pop
Dell
tape from yesterday.
Oh, you gotta be shitting me. So I did take a stab at that short at 30,060 and got stopped out barely, and we are now down 60 points from it. You love to say it, you sons of bitches. Come back, let me finish. Put me in, coach.
Jeez. sound like a gambler over here, man.
A gambler. All in, go! Never all in, folks. Never ever all in.
Jeez, yeah, we got to get this guy some help after this show, Tucker.
Yeah.
He needs some help.
I'm impatient.
Yeah,
we've been live for almost half an hour, and I haven't taken anything.
But
I'm
you
ready.
Gotta be patient. You gotta be patient. You can't force it.
But I'm
can't force it.
I'm ready, Tracer.
Just one more.
Guys, it's fine. I'm not addicted, guys. I can stop.
I can stop anytime I want.
These were some pretty far out of the money Dell puts. I mean, 107 days. We got earnings in 22 days, but I mean, they're absolutely getting obliterated if they're long on those. But the calls are
I don't know
looking good.
Puts.
Yeah,
but were those 270s? No, the puts.
Those were.
Did I see 270?
Yeah,
I
mean that's
refuse to believe those are long.
That's yeah.
I refuse.
What was price at when we came in on these here? Let's take a peek. 26%. Yeah, that's kind of far for that.
That's pretty far. Now, granted, the datedness is interesting, but they could just be that confident. If they shorted these, that's 2.5 grand per contract. I think we'll need a full blown market wide dumpy wumpy to bring Dell down to 270 again. Doesn't mean it won't happen. To be clear,
yeah, anything can happen, especially with earnings, and anything can happen with earnings in 22 days. Who knows? But I mean, if they're short, they're getting blown open right now. But those calls are making a good move up there. Look at that, $38 a contract, all the way up to $69 a contract.
Come on.
And then even the 72 ones there, and these were 50% out of the money.
Yeah.
Actually, when they came in, what were we? 64% out of the money.
That shit, dude.
They're up. But yeah, let's see if there's anything else interesting on Dell here.
All right, Nasdaq. Let's get a little spicy so we can put on some
Yeah,
spice
look
for
at
the
look at all
viewers.
that ask side call premium from yesterday and that positive net volume.
Well, to be
Jeez.
fair,
everything kind of
everything, yeah.
thing. Yeah.
My
Ooh,
cousin
these
DM'd me
2-day
this morning about the company he works for, stock just absolutely ripping on earnings, but they didn't really do anything to deserve it. And I was like, yeah, that's part of earnings. Sometimes it just rips if the CEO says something just right. Sometimes the entire market is ripping faces off like yesterday. Yeah, a lot of factors, but yeah, you don't really have to do anything to get an earnings reaction.
Yeah, that's
Oh yeah, let's look at those.
I will never play earnings just because of I've told my hood story before where I did all the super good research on it. I was like, they're gonna have a good quarter because they had like this was back in like 22 when they had their first profitable quarter, the stock tanks. I'm like, dude, fuck this. Why am I playing earnings? Like it was a blowout quarter. I was like, look at how smart I am. Look at that. And
look
then
at how smart I am.
I'm like, no, like I literally spent like
that very thought is such a retail trader killer, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, once you start getting cocky, you get humbled hard.
I spent a week and a half doing research on their financials and everything, and then just I was like, I found something in there. It's where they had an offset which kind of messed up their profits from the previous quarter. It was a one-time thing. I was like, oh, their profits are going to jump next quarter. Yeah. First profitable quarter, and then just and that's when like hood, that's when hood I think was like $10, $15 around that area. So I mean, it would be up now, but you know, I can't go back and do that. But all right, let's look at the heat zone besides live
heat
here
zone
in
it,
history
baby.
And all that. Call walls up there at 500, so it's going to kind of act as your resistance. Put walls there at 450. That 2-day out gamma zone, look at all that attention on that 500 strike. That's also the absolute gamma where got a little ways to go here, but yeah, I mean, that weekly looks pretty bullish here. Obviously, keep in mind we're already up almost 3% on the day. But yeah, that 500's kind of looking at me there, and then even looking at that 16-day out there too. 500 as well there. I almost like that 16-day out to kind of piggyback off that 2-day. What's that 9-day? 9-day's got some positive gamma down there at 465, but we have, let's see, so 480, so yeah, about 460, yeah, 465. Look at that. We kind of bounced or went through that positive gamma there at 465. And that's where we are today. Yeah, I don't see any reason to kind of look for a short. I mean, all your expirations, all that positive gamma is above us there, and there's not really much below us. And even kind of, oops, God, I do every single time, man. Every single time.
Every time? How many times?
Pretty much every time. But yeah, like look at the net gamma here on your strikes here. It's all on the call side of things here. Not really anything on the put side. I mean, you got a little.
Dude, that
there,
500 is huge though. So is the 450 put wall.
That is your absolute gamma right there at 500, and then even your expirations. I mean, everything. Just look at that 918. 918 is your biggest besides the weekly here. Obviously, weekly is going to see a lot more attention typically on the more mega caps.
The closer you get to expiration, like 0 days especially, you're going to see it exponentially increases as you get closer to expiration. You can even see that if you just look at like SPY, right? If you look at the SPY's Gex Vanna Charm page, you can see in that sidebar. Yeah. And then I'm gonna full screen it too, just so they're able to see it. Down there, that 0 DTE Gex, you can see crystal clear as day. The farther you get out from expiration over here, you see that drop, like violently drop. And look at the 0 day, 434,000. The 1 day actually kind of surprises me being that low, but then you see 2 day, 127,000, 19,000, 16. It exponentially increases the closer you get to that expiration. So it's something to keep in mind if you're looking longer dated for something like that. I'm not much of a long dated guy on SPY though. Most of that is kind of how I scalp futures too. I'm pretty much locked into what am I looking at right now today. But I will look at that, especially now since we've been using those heat zones more. I will look at that for individual names if I'm swinging an options trade for sure.
Yep. Yeah, it's, I'm more of a long-term, like when we get the big dips on SPY, I'm more, more willing to go long on SPY than like long-term short on SPY. Like, yes, you can get the good, maybe 1, 2, 3 day strong pullbacks, but long term, I mean, we're barring, a complete collapse of everything, we're gonna go up. That's it's the trajectory of everything here. I mean, you just like this is the
He's
most
like he still had
basic,
SPCX open with like crazy implied volatility on every single
this
contract.
is this is the most like basic stock beginner move. Like, what is the trajectory of
up east
SPY?
Yeah, it's
generally,
generally the market at large goes up. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not someone who's gonna short for months. Like,
No.
I'll short
No.
intraday all day, dude. But nah. All right, real quick, we had a request for an update on MNQ. They are still struggling bigly. I need to quit talking so I can take these shorts. Every single time they've tested that 30,060, it's been a short. Right there, short. Right there, short. Right there, short. If they get up it again and don't hold it to stick the landing to push higher, this time I am going to take that short instead of just gabbing about whatever the hell's on the screen. But I got to wait now. I missed it entirely yet again. A nice little 70-point move off of that rejection. But I'll keep an eye on it. I have a freaking dog hair in my nose. It's driving me nuts. Oh my god. There we go. It looks like I'm just like it's like I'm getting the rest of the nose sugar or something out. It's like
I mean, if you wanted to pick the rest of the boogies out, that's okay.
Yeah,
I
well,
don't even have boogies.
How dare you?
You didn't need to say that. You don't need to blame the dog for everything.
I'm not deep drilling for green oil like Tucker every now and again when I throw his camera on. Fairly often, I'll throw Tucker's camera on, and there's just finger up nose.
Yeah, but hey, what do we say? I do it. We all have vices. We all have vices. At least I'm bold enough to do mine on camera instead of Nick, who does his off camera.
Yeah, if I do mine on camera, our stream gets banned on YouTube.
Does it actually? For
yeah. No,
not picking your nose, idiot.
He said everyone has their vices.
I got it.
My vice that keeps me sane. My vice that keeps me sane is not YouTube friendly.
I got it. I thought I'm just sitting here. I'm just like staring at Periscope.
He's harking back to my old moniker for the old timers, the friendly neighborhood stoner nan username.
Yeah, okay.
That's what that's.
Can you really can't show that on YouTube?
No, I don't think so. I don't think they're cool with it at all. You still can't on Twitch either, even though people do. Guys, I'm gonna be kicking myself nice and loud here. Look at that, right off of 30,060. We are chugging bags of dicks. Look at that, 130 points. 130 points down. 130 points down from the entry that I missed. I'm gonna complain about that until they bounce up and give me a new entry. But that might finally round off and start stair-stepping it for us. So maybe they'll give me another chance testing up to those 30,030s. But right now, they still haven't set a new low of day. Can just as easily do that annoying-ass W long pattern. But right now, I'm waiting. I need the back test to happen again. Otherwise, it's just chasing. And you saw what happened earlier. If we had chase, we would have gotten our asses ripped open on the recovery. So I got to wait.
It's almost like Periscope told us before we were going to open that it was going to kind of be choppy.
Crazy.
It's almost like it told us that.
At least the range is nice and wide. At least the range is nice and wide.
Yeah, finally. Yeah, I was just kind of looking at the data there, just kind of quickly. Yeah, I mean, expansion. Everything's pretty much in line there. I mean, PMIs for S&P there is just up a little bit, but ISM's a little more important than that, and that's pretty much in line. I think and look at the market tide; it's just all over the place too. It's just
it's moving with price.
Volume, just pop. Yeah, it's
just moving with price. There's no indication of directionality in the market tide right now because it's quite literally moving in tandem with SPY's price, 1-to-1 basically. What I like to see in market tide to give me an idea of what might come is I like to see the opposite happening. Like if we're dropping dramatically, like, really good back test, but net call premiums are still spiking. Yesterday was a good example because every pullback, those call premiums did nothing. They did nothing. Look at that. This was a pretty steep pullback here. Net call premium kept rising. There was no indication whatsoever of a reversal on any of these pullbacks intraday yesterday. That's what I want to see. I want to see the opposite of what price is doing get reflected in the options volume and premiums. That makes me think it's time to fade. Holy shit, dude, I did it again. I just went through an explanation and missed my short on the back test. I'm gonna, you know what? I'm just gonna shut the hell up
Yes.
Gotta shut up and keep my chart open and stop missing my NASDAQ shorts. Let's get some fireworks for the homies. Fireworks for the homies. Those of you just coming in, we've still got about 300 folks hanging out on Twitter, about 100 folks hanging out on YouTube. Go ahead and make flow requests. We'll pull them up. But on days like today, I'm gonna interrupt if I take a trade. So just get ready for your explanation to get interrupted and then picked up again. I keep missing these. I'm gonna shut up. I'm not gonna shut up. Because let's be real here. I can't shut up.
Yeah, drop some flow to look at because there's not really.
Electra wants to take a look at Meta. We can do a quick little cold read on Meta. I imagine it reflects what much of the market reflected yesterday, which again, uppies. And look at that on the NASDAQ. It is kind of doing that W. If we reject this about 30-point range, I'm joining the downside. Otherwise, I'm just going to be looking for that 30,060 again. The range is going to range till it doesn't, right?
Pretty much. Yeah, Meta here, it just kind of, it's not the cleanest example, but this is kind of what Nick was talking about here. Minus, now just kind of use your imagination here that this call premium didn't dip here. Like, that's what he's talking about here, is seeing that price kind of diverge from those call premiums and kind of trying to see them stay up there. Obviously, it's not a clean example here, but just imagination, the SpongeBob meme imagination. But, yeah, call premiums here, still ask side, but put premiums are trying to kind of tickle up a little bit here. Net volume is really negative here. So you're seeing some bid side calls and ask side puts coming in here a lot more than anything there being traded. So I mean, that's kind of keep that in mind. More bearish volume there. I don't like kind of going off the premiums here when you kind of have that mixed data like that. Like, hey, premiums are ask side, but your net volume's negative. I like to kind of see them matched up more.
Fair. Let's
see anything on the tape. Ooh, look at that big long dated put here. I don't think we're going to be looking at 75% out of the money, 100% multi-leg 2027 December puts, but we can look at it for fun.
We can look at it for fun.
I mean, I like to show people why I don't like the thing. And look at that spread. Actually, before I do that there, look at the spread on that thing. 6 cents to $1. I bet these are short. Some short type of roll type thing there. Ick. Yeah, just like, and they're both openers there. So this is some sort of ugly spread type thing. I don't know. Nick, that's all you if you want to do that.
Absolutely.
That's why I don't. That's why I do not
like
care
shit
about
outside.
Spreads, really. I mean,
storming still.
Yeah, I got my window open, man.
Must be nice.
Hear the dogs going.
All right, real quick. She wanted to take a quick peek see at the chart too. I don't have anything to say other than Jesus Christ. I mean, come on.
On Meta?
Yeah. If you look back into July, they had that massive gap down. Like pretty fucking wide gap down. Like 60 points down. Ever since then, it's just been straight recovery. Yesterday, on the all market-wide ripper, they recovered that entire gap. Look at this. The whole gap is just gone. And now what I would want to be looking at this for a longer term, I swear to God, Electra, if I miss that trade again, I swear to God, I swear to God, I swear. I'd be looking at them holding this 589, 590 spot. That was the top of that gap drop that they had and have now recovered. They held it as support once, tailed the line a little bit on Tuesday, just barely hanging on, and then pushed right back up to set another high. So I'd be keeping an eye on that 589, 590 area. No, sorry, 582 to 585 is where I'd be keeping an eye on it to hold. I wouldn't just buy into it here with it sitting up near those highs. But I mean, it's got a long way to go to get to its July highs. Like $100 to go to hit those July highs. Now, I don't know if they do it or not, but I wouldn't have the balls to short the Zuck at this time. And again, everything I say with charts on stocks like this, grain of salt. I am a short-term trader when it comes to charting. I'm looking at the 1 minute for intraday fluctuations and price action. Doesn't work all that well with individual names like it does with futures. It's a little bit different. It's not the same. So grain of salt on that, but that's what I'd be looking at. I'd just be looking at them to backtest that gap and hold it. They've got another gap above from 614 all the way up to 630-ish that they could break out into. But again, we've got a long way to go for that. But right now, I have no reason to believe there's anything bearish about this recovery from that gap down. I wish back buttons worked on Trading View. Can we get back buttons Trading View, please? So I can just go back to my MNQ chart. All right, let's go see what trade I missed. 1 minute. Oh, okay, I didn't miss it. We're good.
You didn't miss anything.
We're chilling.
You want to look at the heat zones on meta here quick?
Yeah, let's look at the heat zones on meta, because that'll coincide with the chart.
In here too. Yeah, heat zone, I mean, here's your put wall right in here. Put wall's at 590.
Oh,
don't really have
I am short. There we go.
Let's see, man. This is a good little range, though. I mean, if you're trying to, short and
hold that thought, I'm probably going to get stopped out of this after being up about 100 on it. This is the bounce spot. I need them to wick through. If they don't wick through, I'm going to move my stop down to this current 1 minute candle and probably take a small hit here. Let's see what it does. That's a nice bounce. They got to my target right away, and I made the mistake of switching it to put it on screen, but that's all right. If we get stopped out, I'll take it again. Don't you worry. All right, we got stopped out. Go ahead. Let's do those heat zones, baby. Ah!
Yes. So meta, yeah, we're sitting right above that put wall here. Put wall is going to act as support. What's our absolute gamma? 750. That's pretty far away. So I mean, it's going to act as the strongest magnet and pin, but just kind of keep in mind that it's almost $150 away from us. Yes, meta can obviously move, but it's pretty far away, and you got a good call wall kind of in here as well. You can see the yellow there. Got some at 700. So I mean, there's kind of a lot of resistance. I mean, that's heavy resistance here too, but you got support as well. I was like zero. Like, I still will never get used to the 0-day stuff for the mega caps, like on Monday, Wednesdays.
Yeah.
Like it's. Hey, premium sellers are happy about the extra day. So I'll tell you that.
I bet.
Yeah, that 0-day. So like 600 was the top here. What did we kind of come up and touch here? Look at that, 599. 599, almost right up to that positive gamma. And again, positive gamma will tend to act as a magnet, but once that price gets there, dealer, it's the same exact thing as Periscope. Dealers, market makers, whatever you want to call them, they will end up selling into that positive gamma. Positive gamma is a dampening effect. So that's why you're seeing that kind of slow down at 600 and that price reject there. So let's look at the 2-day one here. Again, it was at 600. So again, keep in mind, we've already touched those there, and just kind of looking in here. Yeah, that's really it. Those are kind of our biggest dollar figures in there.
Alejandro wants to know from YouTube, just real quick, if you want to go back to the SPY heat zone.
Yeah.
He wants to know a little bit about what we're looking at for strong gamma and what those 780s be looking like as a price level. Alejandro, you're lucky I'm fluent in Portuguese, because I don't think anybody else could have read that Spanish for me.
Yeah, I mean, all that positive gamma's up for today. I mean, so it's your absolute gamma's at 775. So we were kind of talking about that a little bit too, where you're sitting pretty much right on a put wall, but you're sitting right between a call wall. Yes, there's a lot of positive gamma above us. So I mean, it kind of gives you that 0-day read on that. But that absolute gamma is going to kind of try to pull price towards it. So kind of keep that in mind. But like that 2-day out one here. So I mean, you got some on 775, but you got negative gamma at 7062, 750. Did I say 7762? 762 and 750.
You did.
But yeah, I mean that 0-day, like if you're looking at it earlier, I mean, just from the strikes here, it's all up. But again, kind of we were talking about that a little bit pre-market beginning of the show, where kind of looking at that there. So I mean, it's transitioning right now here too. So might kind of turn into like a little acceleration. I mean, look at how far price is away from that positive gamma. What did we hit for a high?
It's steep.
What did we hit for a price here? Let's see. 770. Geez, there I go again. I'm so used to SPX if you can't tell. So 777 was the high of the day there. We got pretty close to that positive gamma there. I mean, 780. It's obviously not going to hit it to the tick and always drop, or it's not going to always get up to there to the tick. But you can see how price kind of, dampened there, and we were falling a little bit here, but we're bouncing between that call wall and put wall here right now. So if we come over here and like look at Periscope here, I mean, we're just bouncing right now. It's just kind of choppy range. And when we were looking at Periscope pre-market as well too, a lot of positive gamma, kind of a big range, kind of choppy, and but it's playing out as we kind of read it like that there. But yeah, that absolute gamma at 775 there, it's going to be kind of tough to get away from that right now. But yeah, everything else, just that 2-day out one there, I mean, we've already kind of accelerated down through that negative. So I mean, again, we're up at 777. Here comes that negative gamma. We're just kind of moving down through that there. And I want to look at the SPY chart on my 1 minute here. Yeah, I mean, we're just kind of, ranging like we thought we would. Just between that kind of support. Actually, what is that? 780 and 775.
Yeah.
Let me go back here.
Harsh asks, MNQ still short? Any shorts that I'm taking on MNQ are going to be very short-lived until that gamma profile changes. I just want to be clear on that. Right now, the gamma profile in SPX is still pointing upward. We have positive gamma building up above us still. So any short I take is going to be really tiny range price action shorts. The gamma profile does not favor downside yet. And just real quick disclaimer, don't shadow trade. There's a delay between what we say and what you hear and see just by product of streaming. There's always going to be a few seconds of delay, and because of how tight I keep my stops, I might be out of the trade before you even hear me enter it on the stream. So just don't shadow trade. Trade your own shit. If you're trading the same strategy that we trade, that's fine. Tell us about it. Let us know how you did. I love hearing success. I even like hearing failure. You learn a lot more from failing than you do from winning. That said, I am in a short. It's already almost a target, though. I sized up a little bit. Little spicy on it. If this bounces back up, I'm probably going to move my stop down to break even or so. We're only up about 10 points on this. I'm going to flatten that. We're going to take that to get back our stop out earlier. But like I said, Harsh, right now, it's still positioning for upside. They need to clear that 30,060 to give some real spice, and they're struggling with that. If this comes down and makes a new low, I will absolutely short the back test, because that means we're going to be getting that stair step pattern I like to trade. They've already set 2 stair steps, one right here at the high of day, one right here on that 30,060 rejection I bitched about missing, and this would be the next one. But they can test pretty much back to that 30,060 and still maintain little shorts that you can take here and there. But right now I'm waiting. I'm waiting after we took that one off. We're about break even on the day on this account.
Yeah, and I marked that support and resistance on SPY there. I mean, we're just chopping at that support right now there, and you can see, I mean, we kind of broke that support, but kind of come back up to it. I mean, that 775 there is your absolute gamma, and you just see how we're not really kind of getting away from it there, but that call wall's up there at 780, so, it's kind of like Nick was saying there, and with Periscope there, it's got some room to go up, but getting away from that absolute gamma is going to be a little tricky there.
Tricky.
Let me
see.
I mean, and that's where all that positive gamma is there too, at that kind of 780-ish area there where that call wall is. So it seems like it could be a potential rangy day. There might not be a lot of setups, but that's okay. That's okay. You don't need to trade every single day unless you're Nick, obviously.
I didn't trade yesterday. How dare you?
Oh yeah, true. Okay. Yeah.
You dick.
All right. So yeah, that was SPY there, and then we got, let's see, we did Meta. Yeah, there wasn't really much for Meta, so then we got Intel next.
Yeah, people are flooding them with the flow requests while they watch me get frustrated
from
with this price action.
From Chris on Substack there. Substack.
And thanks for coming to the Substack. That stream stays nice and quiet, and I love seeing some comments pop up. I know the Substack interface isn't great. It's kind of like the Twitter one where you're winging it and hoping that you get seen.
Intel here, premiums are bid side here, put premiums are bid side, call premiums are bid side. Not seeing a lot of ask side activity there. Let's get off the 0 days here, because there's not really going to be any signal in the 0. So like, I mean, if we open that highest volume chain there, the 105, you're not really going to get signal in here. There's not really anything sticking out to me. There's not a singular whale or anything on those. So let's filter this and see if we can find something here. Let's put on our volume over open interest. let's do 60% ask side and just that kind of.
I do like that we're doing Intel because we just did Dell, and it's fun to take a look at these Trump pumps. Because we haven't in a minute. I think it's been a while since we looked at these. I'm short again, and I'm gonna put my profit a little tighter than I want. Let's see where they take this, actually. Just since I'm in it, and we're talking about it, we're about to go green, nice and pretty on this account. I don't want that to backtest. I want it to go right now. We are at my target. I'm gonna see if they bounce it or flush. Give it just a second here. If they print that bottom wick, I'm gone. Otherwise, I'm taking profit right here. Let's fucking go, baby. Here we go.
There you go.
And now I kind of expect a bounce and back test. Look at that, friends. Look at that. Real quick, before you dive Intel, I want to take a look at gamma exposure and show why I was comfortable that time. See how these negative gamma zones are deepening as they push down through it? My full target on SPX would be like 77.65. We finally have net call premiums coming down with a little bit more force than earlier. It's still kind of moving in tandem with price action, though, so we're not getting a huge inverse in the net options premiums. But we're right at the bottom of that negative gamma zone. And so, yeah, we can flush. Sure, it can. But once we start nearing the extremes of these negative gamma zones, that's usually where I'll taper off and take a quick breather and see if we're going to get a back test throughout it. Because just like happened yesterday that we talked about at the top of the show, this can accelerate right through that zone in the opposite direction. And all day yesterday, anytime it flushed through any iota of negative gamma, buyers came right back in and sped up the upside move. So this was my target. We basically got there. I took the profit, and we're going to be happy with that. But I'm going to be a little spicy on this particular account today. So we're going to keep this one going.
Hey, there you go. There you go. All right, let's finish Intel here. I gotta get rid of the 0 days here. I don't want to look at 0 days.
Oh, and real quick, just for the context of price action of why I did it, I talked about those stair steps. I was banking on this forming another one, and it kind of did. It's technically not completed until they make a new low here. But yeah, my stop would have been right above this, right around that 30,030 spot that I wanted for an entry earlier and missed. I got in at about 30,010, had a 20-point stop there, and we got some pork fat on that one. That was a nice scalp. All right, Intel. I'm gonna shut up now. I'll let you know if I take another. But it's nice to actually have it on screen for once, because usually I'll take it and be out before I have a chance to show why I did it.
Yeah, I get that. That. Yeah, I'm just kind of doing just a little face value look here. Again, a lot of this volume isn't super significant here. Just, mid set.
Net call premiums just took a tumble, by the way.
Oh, that's why that. Did they? Okay.
I'm going to short it if it back tests again. Just forewarning, you might get interrupted again.
I don't think this is going to be that long of an Intel breakdown, so sorry for making you wait on that. But yeah, just kind of looking at the volume here, like these 2-day out calls here. Again, there's just a lot going on in here. You can't really pick a direction. We don't know who's who, and there's a lot of open interest on this already too. So like if I just pop this back 7 days, actually let's go 14. I mean, there's other hits in here, specifically, yesterday's volume. Hard to know if somebody's getting out from yesterday, who's what in here, what traders what. Not really a signal on that one. I'm just kind of looking down that volume column here, kind of trying to compare to that open interest one. These 2-day outputs could potentially be interesting, but we got 2 identical size candles there. We got 1,000 contracts there, and we got 1,000 there. So I'm just looking at that fill price, 81 cents and 80 cents. And you can't confirm this until you get that open interest change. Not everything at the ask is going to be an automatic add or a buy. I almost would probably lean that this is a double tap though on here. I like personally as a trader, I'm not going to get in 1,000 contracts at 81 cents and cut them at 80 cents. Kind of, dumb to do that, but we won't know until that open interest updates. But I would probably lean that these are a double tap here, just seeing the way the market's going right now and the tide kind of dropping, and you're looking at put premiums and call premiums just absolutely dropping on Intel here. I almost would lean a double tap on there. Again, that's just me speculating. We can't confirm it until that open interest updates tomorrow though. But that one's, and I mean they're up now anyways. I mean dollar a contract there from 80 cents. I mean, they're up nice already. I wouldn't want to chase that now anyways. Let's see, what else do we got in here? Yeah, all this other volume is just a lot lighter than the open interest, so you're not going to be able to see anything in there. Yeah, I mean, that most interesting chain is probably that 8793 put that's already kind of moved, and that again just kind of had that question about, is it a double tap? You know, somebody else holding them. Just you'd have to wait for open interest, and by the time we get that tomorrow, we're probably going to already see them move on these there. So that's a little tough on that one there. And then can look at the heat zone on it here quick as well. Intel, that 0 day, we're right at that positive gamma at 99 here. I wonder if we're going to maybe potentially try to hold here. This is also your put wall here, 2 days out, and look at that positive gamma up at 108. I wonder if we're going to maybe try to hold this 99 here and see what goes on there. I mean, well, absolute gamma's 110 there. This is a good spot to kind of watch on Intel, see kind of how that price reacts there. I like us coming into that 99 positive gamma there. Again, it's the opposite of kind of, you know, we're dropping into that positive gamma. It's going to act as a dampening effect there. Should slow down that price action a little bit, knowing it's the put wall as well there too.
I'm
Maybe
short
we see a pop there.
again.
Of course you are. Of course
I'm
you are.
short
Just in time,
again.
though. Just in time because I'm done with Intel. So.
I'm short again. I would love
Just
them
in
to
time.
take out this bad boy again. I'm about to move my stop to break even. The smart thing would be to take it here. But like I said, we're going to be nice and spicy on this account today. So I'm going to let this play out. I want this to be the next stair step down right here, right now. I tightened my risk a little bit there. I don't want them to reclaim this wick because then they're going to start testing higher, and I'm not going to sit through that. So I'm going to keep my stop right where it is. If they take me out, that's fine. And again, this isn't playing with house money just because we won a trade a minute ago. This is our money. It's not house money. So you don't need to put risk on just because you're up on the day. Keep your risk the same it is for every single trade. Don't be changing your risk just because you're on a hot streak. That's when you start blowing your shit up. Ask me how I know. You will blow your shit up if you keep extending risk just because you won. So we're going to let this play out. I'm going to leave that there for a bit. I will follow up on that shortly. And if we're in the middle of an explanation, I'll be like, hey, I got stopped out, or hey, I hit my profit target. But we're vibing. Same strategy, same setup we just took that we won on.
Tucker, you heard him say that's our money, right? So like that includes you.
Yes, let's do it.
Yeah,
he's getting.
yeah.
He's. If I'm
I
being
heard him
honest,
say
Tucker
that.
probably makes more hourly than I do for these shows, at least. Let's be real here. But I'm still in it. We do have a direct flow request from Electra as well.
Yep.
She says Nate thinks that it is arbitrage, but she wants a second look. So she thinks it is the $28 call for November 20th. So the 28C
for the FHNs.
Yes, I think
20.
Yeah, it was written a little confusingly. Can we look at FHN 1120 28C? I think. If I'm putting together the messages, 1120 28C.
28C. 1120.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, he says he's suffering. The homie earlier, our Spanish-speaking brethren, says that he's suffering with the SPY call. He's still in that $780 call. I would just be careful given this really wide negative gamma range. Manage your own risk, but we're coming up pretty damn close to that full target I pointed out at 7765. That would be a new low of day after the open. But we're still building up positive gamma down below that. Now, there is still that risk factor and why I'm not sitting in shorts indefinitely, because we're still in the middle of this negative gamma zone with positive gamma building above us, too. So we're building up a really wide range of positive gamma with negative gamma all in between. This can accelerate either direction, however the hell it wants, or however market makers do it. Right now, we're accelerating downward. It's just not crazy. But I'm still in that short, so we'll see what happens. But manage your risk, be careful.
Market tide isn't really giving much hope either. If I'm looking for a long, your put premiums are trying to turn ask side there. I think all just turned ask side. All the money's trying to call premiums are dipping. Net volumes turning even more negative.
Yeah.
Same with SPY here. I mean, your SPY ask side put premiums are really popping up there. So Very interesting. Holdings are flat though.
And for those wondering why I'm not sticking to the $300 of profit only, I'm practicing a little bit, widening my range and taking off some of those training wheels I put on myself from September's family death blow up, because we'll be back on a personal account very, very soon, and we won't be doing this prop firm shit anymore. Now, mind you, it's still real money. There's payouts from the prop firms, yada, 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 yada. But we'll be back on a personal account, and I got to get comfortable just holding until my full profit target. And I'm going to abuse the hell out of this funded account to do that. It's going to make taking payouts a pain in the dick, but we'll figure it out. Right now, this trade is doing exactly what I fucking wanted it to. I'm about to take profit again. That's a new low. That was my target. Let's see if they bounce it. If they bounce it, I'm out. Otherwise, I really want to flush all the way down to that 850, baby. That would be such poetry. All right, they're going to bounce it. I'm going to take it. We're not going to be a dick here. They will give us another chance to re-enter, folks. Look at these stair steps. This is exactly what I talked about shortly after the open that would get me to start shorting this despite the strength to the upside, and they're doing it. Now they're just going to flush to 850 and laugh at me for taking profit. But we can't get mad about taking profits. Baby, we are 3 for 4 and sitting nice on this account. But again, I'm widening my ranges a bit, getting a little bit more comfortable, letting my profit targets hit. Now that we're going to be back on a normal personal account, we'll be doing that with Tasty Trades Futures. Monday shows will be sponsored by you boys, and we're going to do some spicy shit. So let's see what they do here, see if they give me another stair-step entry. But right now, we have flipped into bearish territory on this positioning until I see a change in that gamma profile. We're sitting right on top of the full target I mentioned earlier, that 77.65 positive gamma. I'd be looking for a little slowdown to the move in this range here, between that 77.65 and 45. Keep an eye there. They're right on that 850 now. They're just laughing at me, Anthony. They're making fun of me. They're making fun of me. All right, we got to get an app put together for clipping while we're live. Fed, I'm not going to tell you what to do with your contracts. We don't do that. We just show you how we use the tools and take trades live. I would be wary about calls right now, but if it's for 821, I wouldn't be in panic zone or anything. What are we trading at? 723, and you're sitting in the 750s. Could be dicey, but I'm not going to tell you what to do. I probably, after this flush through that negative gamma zone, I'd be thinking about getting out personally if I was in it, and getting back in at a better spot. But right now we're at a bounce spot, so let's see what SPX does. Oh, Anthony, I love that. I love that. Look at that update. You've seen it. 77.65 is falling off way down there at 77.40. It just grew while that fell off. That positioning is moving down now. However, the positive gamma up above is still staying strong. That's not going anywhere yet, and we're still within this massive wide range of negative gamma. This can go either direction violently if it wants to. So I'm sitting on my hands and waiting for the price action setup. You're going to love this, Anthony. They just hit that 850s evens, basically, and bounced it. But now I got to wait for a pretty wide range to backtest. I want at least 920s to 940s. Those are the bottoms of the last stair steps, give or take, within their ranges. But they might just form one here, right now. But sitting on my hands till we get a back test. We are killing it this morning. I have no complaints other than I didn't hold all the way to 850.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Yeah,
that's
we're
good.
vibing, guys.
What was I doing? Oh yeah, the FHNs here. I was like, what was I doing? Yeah, I'm gonna assume we're talking about the volume that came in yesterday on these here. They're up today, so 87 cents. They're trading at $1.02 right now. Ooh, it was a big multi-leg trade, it looks like. And it looks like it was
Paul,
at the mid
correct.
there.
Sorry, he said Nvidia is holding QQQs up a little bit, and he's not wrong.
So this is a and look at our volume here. So that I'm gonna guess
I'm out of coffee.
that...
I'm gonna go get fizzy caffeine. I'll be right back.
Okay, all right, you do that. Let's kind of look here. So yeah, big multi-leg here. So the ask one, this is the opening part. So that previous one, that 11/20/27 here, it looks like we did have some previous open interest on that, and it looks like they're probably closing these. Let's go back and look at them though. So I'm gonna look at that mid. Let's see what it was before that. So it looks like it's been kind of rolled for a while here. Hold on, let me see, where are we? So that's 11/20/28. 11/20/28. So we don't care about that one. Let's go back here. I want to click on this one here. Let's click on the mid here. So this one doesn't look like it. Okay, so okay, yep. So that, I want to click on this here. Let's see if we go back. So this has been a pretty long multi-leg trade here. So I don't think we're gonna really get anything out of this one here. This is pretty far back, and I wonder if this is, yeah. They've been doing something multi-leg with these guys for a while. Look at that. Are you back, Nick? No.
Yeah,
Yep,
yeah.
maybe. Yes.
I don't know.
This is, I mean,
I don't. Is this the one that
this is that
speculatively
F8
arbitrage?
yeah, this is that FHN.
It could
27.
be a shares protecting position with how that spread's built up, but I don't know that I would go as far as to call it outright
a roll or
arbitrage.
anything.
Usually when you
yeah.
see call arbitrage, it's pretty deep in the money, and both of these strikes are out of the money. Now,
Out of
that
the money.
said, that doesn't mean it's not protective, right? If let's assume the 27s were sold to open and the 28s were bought to open, that kind of straddling of the price generally is shares protective. So I wouldn't call this spread necessarily directional, but I also wouldn't necessarily call it arbitrage. But, you know, generally speaking, if Nate says something about a spread, you're probably safe.
He's
to
probably
believe it.
right. He's probably right.
It's probably safe
Yeah,
to
that's
believe it.
it's messy. I mean, and they've been, I mean, going back to 716, and then you have that's a roll from the 115.
I missed
or
my
not a
stair
roll,
step by
excuse
grabbing
me.
a soda. Jesus Christ.
That's okay. Yeah, these have been going on for a while. Yeah, I really don't touch multi-legs, so you already know my kind of take on it. But yeah, I mean, there's kind of a lot going on. Yeah, like you said, if Nate's talking about it, I mean, he's your spreads
It's a safe bet.
there.
It's a safe bet that what he says is true. But it's just not how I recognize ARB. That said, I don't see that as particularly directional. The strikes are right next to each other. One is potentially sold to open, the other bought to open. I'm not a huge fan of the fill prices, but it does seem like a share protective straddle to me. Do I think
All
MNQ
right.
will test 30,000 again? I mean, maybe, but right now the setup is bearish, so I wouldn't bank on it ripping 130 points right here, right now.
Yeah, look at where all that positive gamma is,
Yeah,
down
they,
there at 77.45.
They made that perfect stair step again while I was gone. Right there, right up to 915, and we're now back to that 850 level, so I suspect we'll lose this level now, at least briefly, before I get another back test. That went right to the bottom of the last stair step, too. That would have been a clean-ass entry. But we're vibing. We're chilling. We are chilling.
Yeah, this is there's still a big range, but I mean that positive gamma is all moving down. You see them taking it off top right there, and that negative gamma kind of decreasing. They're moving that positioning down. It seems like it's going to be down. Just kind of looking at market tide as well too. You're out of the money. Put premiums. They're just turning ask side now to call premiums are continuing to decline there. Looks like AMD's your biggest contributor here. Hey, I got another suggestion for you too. How
much
we
you want to bet I
could
ignore
have
it?
something. I don't know. I think you might like it. If there's a way to, like, you know, if you just clicked in here or something and it would turn that off of the net premium, so you could kind of see how
I could see
the
that being
premiums are reacting.
immensely demanding on the back end. But I'll
Well,
make note of
okay.
it and see if it's something that's possible. It's got to be possible. I think that'd be cool if you could just
Yeah.
omit them. That's come up in the
Just-
past, I believe, about omitting the extremes so you can see what it would look like
yeah.
without them. Yeah.
Yeah, so something, you know, just that's what happens when, you know, you're using stuff. You're like, hey, that'd be kind of cool. Anyways, so let's see, we got nil on X requesting.
Let's look at AAOI because homie's been waiting longer.
Yeah.
Specifically the $135 call from YouTube as well, so we can give a bit of a blanket look at it and then take a peek at the 135C specifically. And real quick, chat, do you guys like how we go back and forth between flow and when a trade happens? Or do you prefer if we kind of lock in the little segments of trading, then flow. What's your preference? I think it's kind of hard to lock it into segments just because the market changes in real time really fast.
Yeah.
But I know a lot of other shows will do segments.
Yeah,
when we
it's
start
it's
having
hard
guests
when
more
you're-
often again, we'll have segments like that. But I do wonder how the audience feels, because what you guys are liking is what we're gonna do. Otherwise, what's the point of doing the show? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's hard to do that. Breaking the segment stuff up, because I mean you can't wait 10 minutes to
Yeah,
hey we were 77.65, let's go back. Like it's tough to do that. Are we talking about the 821 135 call?
Sure. I don't know. I have no
Okay.
clue. He just said
Well,
35C.
Okay.
No, 135.
One-
My bad.
Big multi-leg on this one, 90% multi-leg here. We do have some open interest on this as well too, but we can take a peek at that multi-leg here, see if it's already kind of a goofier multi-leg one there. This one looks like a roll at least. See, like the rolls are easier. I mean, those you can at least kind of tell. So it looks like they're rolling up that strike from that 130 to the 135, keeping that same expiration there though. See, the rolls I can do like no problem, but man, I don't care about the spreads. Don't care about the spreads. Now with that being said here, let's go back to it one more time.
YouTube chat's saying they're vibing with the back and forth, and they are consistently not leaving. So
Good.
You know
Good,
what?
good,
We'll do
good.
that. We'll keep going back and forth. I'll keep
Keep-
interrupting Anthony and being a dick.
Keep it up. The only thing with this though is look at that volume compared to the open interest on here. It's hard to know, which part's kind of close, and just kind of looking
Yeah.
at that multi-leg there.
Hypothetically, that
messy.
whole position could be
It's-
being closed.
Yeah. It's messy. It's messy. I don't know if we got. Let's see if we got anything kind of not multi-leg on it. That one. This could be kind of. Oh nope. See, it's just very messy volume there. I mean, is this person getting out there? It's just hard to know. Let me try to filter out that flow a little bit in here. Let's put on our volume over open interest. Oh, there's only one thing. All right, let's see if we can get something different. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, all that volume's a lot lighter than open interest, so we're not getting that kind of clean flow. We can look at the heat zone on it here quick though. That 2-day out heat zone there. There's a lot of positive gamma down there at 120. We're kind of coming into a call wall here, and that's where that put wall is down there at 120. Absolute gamma is at 120. I would almost have this. Look where our spot price is. So we're just kind of in the middle of that call wall and put wall here, but that absolute gamma is down there with that heaviest positive gamma. It would not surprise me maybe to see a little move down. I don't know if I'd want to short it with all that net gamma on the call side of things though. And your expiration here, I mean, it's that net gamma is on the call side of things on your expiration here too. So it's a tough one to short. It's just knowing where that positive gamma is down there almost. Let's see. Let's go back to it. I mean, it's down there, and 120 is a $10 move from here. I mean, that's 8% here, so you got a ways to kind of go down, but it's a really strong put wall in here too. So I mean, it's tough. How do our other expirations look? Yeah, all that gamma's below us. Then you got 16 days out where it's a little bit above us there. Yeah, I think it might be kind of rangy here. Might be kind of rangy. I don't have a clear direction, and then even looking at 23 days, yeah, it's all. I mean, your absolute gamma is at 120, so I mean, I think it might be kind of rangy. Not really a clear setup on this one here. On that, and nothing really for flow either. I don't know how do we look over the last kind of 14 for call premiums? Yeah. Big bid side stuff yesterday. Just want to go take a peek there. Looks like maybe these 120s here caused that drop in that. Let's pop this over to 2 days. Kind of drop that. Yeah, this is what caused that drop here in that call premium yesterday. 6.1 million in bid side call action there.
Pennies.
And
Pennies.
yeah, I mean, out of the
sarcasm,
5,300
it's not.
contracts. Well, I'm looking at our 5,300 contracts too. We actually had an open interest increase, but we don't really know which part of what's increasing here because it's not all at one time. It looks like.
Oh, hey, my short filled. Dope. I just tabbed back to my
Hey.
chart. Let's pop that back up.
There you go.
Baby,
Yeah,
we are
pop
killing it
that
today.
up.
I want this candle to close below 850s. If it doesn't, I'm just going to take this. I might even move my stop down to this current 1 minute candle because they could form a little inverse head and shoulders here, and that will completely reverse on us if it completes. So right now I'm keeping my stop where it's at. We'll take a maybe about $100 hit from our win earlier if this stops out. The risk to reward is there. I have my target way down here, but it's not really my target. My target's just a new low. I always keep my actual profit targets a bit wider just in case sellers say what's good and just floor it. I want to catch the wick out for stop runs. But I'll probably flatten if we make a new low here. I'm going to keep my risk right where it's at. That's a good risk to reward ratio. I'm hoping this is a new stair step. It's just not very clean. You see how clean these wicks are on the other stair steps? This one's nowhere near as clean as that. So I'm keeping my stop just right above that wick. Not fully convinced it's going to be another stair step yet, but that's my story. I'm going to stick to it. Let's see if they give us a new low here so I can hoot and holler. Let this play out.
This is your spot. This is your
is my
spot.
spot.
And you hit positive gamma right now, 77.65. Got to see if we.
I'm
just
hoping
kinda
they turn
truck
it
on
into
through it.
resistance.
It's growing a
It
little
is.
bit too. So, but all that
it's
gamma's
staying there.
You got nasty. You got nasty negative gamma right
Yep,
here.
right
too.
below
Yeah,
it, down to that 77.35.
I like seeing that positioning there
45
too.
rather.
I like seeing that positioning at 77.50. Look at how big that positioning is there compared to.
Yeah. I'm betting on
everything
this
else
current
there.
level being weaker, but it just built up with that new update. I'm going to keep my risk where it's at. If they stop me out, they stop me out. That's fine. This is a little bit of a riskier entry because, like Anthony's saying, we're right on top of that full target I pointed out earlier at the top of the show of positive gamma. It's kind of looking like they might start walking this back up. I'm down about $50, and they got me. All right. We gave back 80 of that last win, so we're still up a smooth 310 on the morning.
That's
all right. Let's see.
That's good.
Let's see if they
That's
can
good.
stick the landing here and push her back up. I kind of expect if they can turn that spot into support, we might be back testing some higher levels with some vengeance from the buyers, but let's see what they do. I'll let you know if I get back in.
Yeah, I'm just watching that. Tide's not really. I mean, you got put premiums kind of dropping a little bit on SPY, but tide premiums aren't really changing too much there. Just finishing up with the AOIs there too, and these are deeper in the money, 10% in the money calls at the bid there. So I mean, you know, it's hard to say they're short calls. I mean, I wouldn't want to short calls that are in the money. I mean, you would have to be extremely confident
Or sitting on a
with the
metric fuckload of shares.
Something. I mean, especially 2 days out.
Covered
That's
calls are
just
a good way
kinda-
to protect share
Dude,
positions.
we have earnings tomorrow on it. So yeah, who knows what's going on here? Yeah, earnings tomorrow. I want to see what they do for earnings.
I'm just checking my computer's metrics quick, so I got that volume spike that happens sometimes when shit's getting wonky. So just keep an eye on that. I think we're okay.
Yeah, look at the look at that move on here. I mean, it does kind of hit an implied move here, but for the most part, I mean, it favors kind of some downside. Oh, I mean, that was a 56%.
What is that? Dude, all of them, 75% almost 70%. What is going on at AAOI? Holy shit, dude.
That's insane. And then downside 30%. 14%. Yeah, that historical move after though, I mean, minus the 3 big 56% days, I mean, it's a pretty red move. So I mean, if they're what is this here? Let's see. So we got 1, 2, 3.
Not a federal agent on Twitch asking about QQQ calls, hold or sell. If that's the same question from the same person you asked on Twitter, if you're the same guy, my answer's the same. I'm not going to tell you what to do with your contracts. We don't do that. It's not a call-out show. We show you how we trade live. If you're trading alongside us, that's dope, but don't shadow trade due to the stream delay. I won't tell you what to do with your contracts, though. I can't That's entirely your decision. I am not a financial advisor here to tell you exactly what to do with whatever position you're in. Right now, Nasdaq's trying to reverse. I'm keeping an eye on it for another short entry if they fail to take back that last stair step. But yeah.
Yeah, I was
can't tell you
looking.
what to do, man.
It's every almost kind of 5 quarters that you get that big pop there in AOI. I mean, Q2, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then, I mean, you get the couple outliers. So that's interesting to me. But yeah, I mean, we got earnings tomorrow on it. So, grain of salt here. I mean, 7% in the money. I mean, if they're truly shorting these calls, they are ballsy, especially seeing, 60% pops after earnings. I mean, you got to be brave for that. But other than that, yeah, not too much on AAOI there. We did the heat zone and everything. We have a Tesla request as well from Log Trades on X. We can take a peek at Tesla. I'm sure it's going to be messy Tesla. Let's clean up some of these tabs here. Yeah, look at the premiums on Tesla. We're actually not seeing that much for premiums here. I mean, we're pretty flat here the last.
No.
Not for. Uh-oh, what happened? We're dropping.
No, I was just looking at my monitors for the computer and I missed my stair step. That's fine.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna hit him with something spicy quick.
All right, enjoy your Pittsburgh. I'll get through Tesla by the time you're back.
Yeah, and then we do right after Tesla do Amazon. Homie's been asking for a minute.
Got it.
Right.
Yeah, Tesla here. I mean, we're pretty flat premium wise here. Not really seeing too much over the last, since 727. Obviously, we had some big ask side put days here, but we've already kind of moved down from that. But yeah, not seeing too much for Tesla in here. Take a peek at the contracts here. Let's put on a volume over open interest. Let's put on some ask side activity. And we are down to kind of not too much for flow. We got one big 100% multi-layer. Let me just clean that up. I could probably just ignore it, but let's see. We don't have anything deep in the money. Yeah, here's the contracts that I'm kind of seeing here. I mean, let's get rid of 0 DTE. So actually, well, kind of a good learning example here. So that having that volume over open interest on is nice, but always make sure to double check that volume. So like you look at that 85317 and a half put here, you're like, oh hey, there's 21,000 contracts against 1900. It's a very sporadic volume in here. You're not really getting a signal in here. So I mean, yes, volume over open interest is a good kind of beginner thing to find with potentially opening flow. But like if we look at, let's look at this one here. Yeah, they're all messy. Tesla, the mega caps are going to be kind of messy. Tesla messy. Oh, I'm not seeing much for Tesla. Yeah, another one there. Let's see. How about the 17? Another 0 day. It's going to be messy. I bet you anything. Yep. Yeah, like this volume versus volume. Like, let me just pull this guy right here. This volume is a very clean entry. It's all at the same time. No open interest. You can identify it's an opening trade. And then you look at something like the Teslas here. You can't really identify anything in here. And even just like going back to yesterday, we had 47,000 contracts traded. We only had 5,000 carryover. So there's so many contracts changing hands intraday in there. And just actually, let me get rid of the 2-day view and just go back to one. Like it looks like today here, and it's just there's no way to tell who's who or what's what in here.
Oh,
gotta
that
find
stair step printed so hard without me. It's so sad.
Did it? Oh, it held that 77.65 there.
Yeah, this is gonna. Yep, there it goes. I was about to say this is about to flush, and it just flushed another 40 points.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Right down to down to that 77.45.
Just really quick, I mentioned I would short if they on this little recovery pathway here, if they failed to take back that last stair step that ends at 915, that would be the short, and you're damn right they did. Missed it, and what a flush, baby. Oh, now just back to that profile Anthony had open. This is what I was looking for. I wanted them to turn that 77.65 into resistance to flush the rest of this negative gamma down to that 77.45. And by God, they did it without me. Sons.
White people be like, by golly.
By golly. Golly
with,
gee.
with how this price actions went, like just kind of looking and seeing that we're still green is just kind of odd to me. Like it feels like we're down a lot more than up 18 bucks on the day. Obviously we started up a little higher there. I mean up at 78.18, but it seems like we're down a lot more, but we're really not.
Yeah. No, after a day like yesterday, this downside is just a technicality at this point. Like, it's just taking. I'm not confident it's a full blown. We're gonna go into bearish market territory again.
No, I wonder, since we're talking about it, what's our volume at here? Probably 10 mil, 13 mil. Oh, we've got some decent volume. Energy's really down again there too.
I got that audio spike again. It's got me nervous.
Uh-oh. Well, good thing we got like a half hour left. So
if we end up like crashing again, I'm really gonna be at a loss because what I did to fix it last time worked, I think. And if that didn't fix it, we're right back to I have no idea what's causing it because I have done everything to see if it's the hardware and it's not. So we'll see.
Geez.
We'll see.
Yeah. So just finishing up on Tesla though, not too much there. Just the heat zones here. I mean, you're 2 day out, you got some positive gamma up there at 330, but we were already kind of trading at that, 327-ish area there. So kind of already came into that positive gamma. I mean, you can see 325, 327, 330 there, kind of see that dampening effect there. And then in that call wall there, you got put wall down there at 317.5. And then, 330 there for the 2 day out. Yeah, not too much on the Tesla weeklies here. Again, just kind of going back to that net premium chart here. Just the last 14 days, not too much. Not too much. All right, so next up, we got Amazon here. Let's get through that. That is from Stonksonomics. All right, let's take a peek here.
Peek.
Amazon, obviously, we had those big spikes after earnings there on that. It's just kind of chopping right now. Maybe a little profit taking yesterday. Seen some bid side call action there. I wouldn't necessarily say that's bearish there. I mean, put premiums aren't really ticking up too much there, but yeah, I mean, tough thing to short when you make a big move up like that because they're probably see a little chop here, and just even looking at the heat zones here. Put walls at 275, call walls at 280. We're right between that. Again, their absolute gamma's at 280, so it's slightly above us still there. That's right where our call wall is. And you can see we're just kind of in that heavy positive gamma here, just kind of a little chop area. 0 day, here we are at 280, and we kind of, let's see. There's your 282 again, kind of price going towards that positive gamma at 280, and now we're slightly below it a little bit there. For contracts, let's take a peek what we got here. Anything interesting? Let's do this. All right. Let's see. Anything? Okay, no multi-legs. Good. Yeah, just a lot of kind of short dated here, but not a lot of heavy volume. Maybe this. Nope. I was gonna say this one here, but nope. Again, just kind of like the Tesla example that we looked at here, just a lot of volume, not really any signal. Again, look at all that volume yesterday. High volume doesn't necessarily mean there's a signal there. You want to see that high volume all at that kind of same time stamp there. But 33,000 contracts yesterday, we only had 3,000 carryover. So again, a lot of contracts being punted around, changing hands. You don't know who's who and anything there. Yeah, I'm not seeing much for contracts. What about these puts there? Even the puts are messy here. I mean, and they're 22% of the money. This is, when you're talking about arbitrage flow, this is arbitrage flow. At 22% of the money, pretty deep. And this is all really deep in the money stuff too. Look at that.
And you'll see it a lot on big names like that for sure. That's where you're gonna really see wonky shit like that.
Yeah, if I get rid of the deep in the money stuff there. Oops. Oh, I have Zoom multi-leg. I'm like, what am I doing?
I'm switching over to account B to be responsible and lock in those gains on account A. Let's see if we can catch another spicy setup for the homies. I'm still looking for stair steps, but we are right up into that positive gamma that was the full target to begin with. If they can reclaim that and hold it as support, we got negative gamma above us for them to push through. So we'll see what buyers are feeling today.
Yeah, and taking off that multi-leg action there too. I mean, there's nothing really coming in here. I mean, 31K on an Amazon's probably not anything super interesting there. Yeah, I mean, 5-day out calls. How do these look? Again, I mean, you got 251 contracts. Like we had 400 open contracts. You got a little volume in there. Got to double check open interest. Can't just really assume anything on that one there. So yeah, not much for Amazon there either. But we're caught up with the chat. Let me take a peek through my flow feed and see if anything interesting has hit my tape. I wonder if I want to see if those wolves did anything there. Just kind of choppy there.
You just got to drive home the punishment and keep bringing up the misses.
It just
how
long did it?
I love
I know. I was reading that, just kind of laughing. I mean, like you see these 12, 17, 20, 27 calls. I don't have the patience to sit in something like that at all. There is no patience for me on something like that. So again, like we talk about a lot about the net premiums there. You see the big spike in ask side call premium here. Like, yes, it can potentially mean it's bullish, but you got to see what's causing that here. These are 500 days out. This person probably doesn't care if we go up here in the next, couple months.
Yeah.
This is a very, very long-term trade there. Yeah, just crisp here. What is this? What is this? I mean, you got some calls at 43% out of the money. God, that's so far out of the money. I don't like seeing that. I like having that filter open just to see what's coming in, but man. And the fills here aren't the best either. Look at that bit wider bid-ask spread. These are filling at 304. It's just slightly above the mid here. Not really anything actionable for me on that one there either. Man. We had a good flow on Monday, but
yeah,
then today's just like, hey.
Sometimes it's not a whole lot to go on, man. It's just the reality.
I mean, this is my tape for an hour and a half into the day. Like yesterday, I was 2 pages by now, and it's like today's just nothing. How about anything in my bid side filters here? I think far out of the money. Oh, look at that 1016 205 SpaceX call. 78% out of the money. I wonder. Oh, these ones actually come in at the bid though.
Yeah, finally a clean entry on it too. Yeah, these we see filling toward the ask, but that's just some lucky fill shit, man. Like the odds of somebody longing something like those 330s, especially,
yeah,
200% of the money. You just it looks long because it's ask side. We got to use some context clues there. Like, what are the odds of big money buying millions of dollars of calls that are never going to print? It's definitely
especially when we're seeing the weekly 330s come out. Like that's even more ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, but these are more of a cleaner bid side here. You get a nice IV drop when they come in spot fills at the bid. Yeah, just little, and you see that IV drop a little bit more here again at the end too with that price not changing. This is what I like to see for bid side. These look SpaceX. We can save them. I know they're gonna probably. I mean, they'll probably expire worthless. We can save these. These look kind of good here. Actually, let me snag this over.
Yeah, I wish we did start saving them at the very beginning when they were really hitting it, because I'm not gonna say this is the same person, but the one that we were tracking, homie started that shit the very day that SPCX launched options. Like instantly started doing that.
Yeah, definitely that three, and what are the coincidences that it's the same exact strike every single time? Like,
I did short on account B, and we're sitting nice. I don't know if I'm going to try to hold out for a new low or not, because like I said, they're really tailing the line of that positive gamma. So I'm just going to set my profit target at the top of that stair step from the bottom. If this wicks up, I'm just going to take this 30 points or so. All right, I think they're going to get it. You know what? I said we were going to widen ourselves. If this wicks up, I'll take it. Like I said, this is a bit of a bounce spot. Let's see what she does here. I really like that close below 850, but I don't like how they're rounding the bottom here. Let's see if we get a nice little flush really quick to get your boy out. Otherwise, I'm just going to take this bad boy and be happy as shit that we're green on both accounts for the morning. I'm going to move my stop directly onto this 1 minute candle. I don't want them to wick back out of this. I will be happy with what they give me. All right. I'm happy with what they gave me, folks. Moving on, baby. I stopped keeping track of what our hit rate is today, but it's pretty spicy. We're having a good time.
We're up there.
We are up a solid 430 on account B. Now, account B is that beat up one from a few weeks ago, so it's in the red, but it's vibing. It's vibing. Chip away at it. You don't got to try to swing for home runs every time if you had a red day. Don't try to home run it. Just chip away at that shit. Take your gains here and there, baby.
Jeez, my ETF flow is actually really quiet today too. This is very abnormal for me. I mean, my filters are a little tighter on ETF stuff, but I mean, like, look at yesterday. Let me go back to yesterday's. Like, I have one transaction on mine. I have. God, Jesus Christ. That's why I had SPY still in the filter thing there. I was like, why is it so quiet? Now I bet you if I go back to today, it's gonna.
Ooh, got another lag spike there.
It's
Getting anxious about it.
Still pretty quiet there. That's not good. Tucker's the one probably doing it. And Tucker's like, I want to.
He's just lag switching me.
Maybe.
I just want to have a little fun, you know.
Hacker man.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing coming in on the tape there. Nothing good. I mean, the SpaceX call sells, and I'm not going to sell calls on SpaceX. I don't even own anything SpaceX wise right now, so I'm.
Just for the sake of safety, guys, I'm going to stop streaming OBS to you guys, just to be safe.
It's fine with me.
Uh-oh.
Just to be safe, and then I'll do more diagnostics after, because apparently my fix didn't fully fix it. But hey, it's not lagging out to the point that we crash. Got that going for us. Vibing. We do have some requests coming in. Tucker's not doing his job again.
Weird.
I
Tucker's
know,
not doing his job.
crazy.
My apologies,
Crazy.
friends.
There are so many too. Like it's several.
I was like, hey, we're all caught.
First
We're all
one is
caught up on the chat.
one of our brasileiros wants to take a look at the net premiums for EWZ, which is Brazil's ETF.
Yeah.
I used to trade that one here and there, back and forth.
There's been some flow on it every once in a while. I've come across some flow every once in a while. I think I've traded it maybe a couple times too. Yeah, if we're just looking at if it's just a strict net premium kind of request here, and it's kind of
do a
sporadic
general
here.
flow read too.
I do want to go look at yesterday here. I bet you without even looking at anything right now, this is going to be some sort of multi-leg. So look at that big spike in put premium at the same time, big spike or big drop in call premium at the same time. I bet you there's a multi-leg something going on there. And if there's not, we will shave Tucker's head live.
That'd be fun.
So let's look at these.
See if Matt will fly us to Texas.
Oh, he's lucky because look at that. It's a multi-legger. Again, you can't just strictly just look at the call premiums and be like, hey, this is bearish automatically. Like when I see them spike like this together, typically there's going to be something like this here. And this is what's causing that. And let's see what it looks like. And here you go, Nick. If you would like to do this one, that is all you. You got 2 bid side calls with heavy open interest on them.
Dude, that entire thing could be closing. We've got 76,000 open interest on the put too.
These came from yesterday. These came from yesterday, so we can go kind of take a peek, and they
look
closed.
at that.
They closed. Wow, it's like we read the mind of everything before we even kind of did it there.
I wouldn't get that.
Tucker,
far.
your hair is safe for another episode.
Yippee!
Yeah, this is
Stupid.
This is messy unless Nick wants to do it. 3 legs,
and if it's all closed, it doesn't much matter.
Yeah. The puts I believe carried.
Nope.
Yeah. Nope. Okay. All right. I mean, again, there's a good learning example there too of just you're looking at the net call premiums like, hey, this is extremely bearish. This is you're seeing tons of bid side calls, heavy ask side premiums. All of it was closed, so there's not really anything there to.
NASDAQ
really
is trying
go off of.
hard to reverse off that new low, by the way. They have
Let
reclaimed
me-
the
I wanna see.
850s on the NASI. They back tested it and held it as support. They have a lot of resistance to the upside to get through. That 916 to 940 area could be pretty tight. You can see that they rejected that several times on these stair steps to the downside. But as you can see, those stair steps are drying up. This was the last really safe playable short earlier that we talked about right when I switched accounts. If they can clear those 915 to 930 area, I think we're going to get a nice little push back up. But buyers got to really step in with some volume here to do it.
Yeah, look at our market tide. They're trying to come back a little bit. Their net volume's decreasing a little bit. Call premiums
Quantos
are trying to
brasileiros no meu
increase.
chat? Let's go, baby. It's actually kind of
Um,
cool, man. Like, there's just people fucking everywhere with this shit, and I love it.
Oh, I know it.
Plus,
that is
plus,
cool. That
you know,
is
I like
cool.
to talk shit about Anthony when he can't understand it.
I will say
Queria
I'm
falar
still
merda
jealous for.
cicada.
You can do that in English
I-
too, bro. He doesn't understand.
Yeah. I will say I'm jealous for the people in the the overseas where they kind of get that afternoon trading maybe into the night. I would love to be trading at like 6 p.m., 10 p.m. Dude,
The West
that'd be
Coast
so
homies,
fun.
like West Coast full-time traders, that has to suck ass, man. Market opens at 6:30 a.m. Hell no, dude.
I think mountain time might not be too bad. 7:30 and then you're done at 2:30.
Central time is God's time zone.
Yeah.
And honestly, like, Brazil doesn't have that, though.
Yeah!
Like, Brazil is like plus or minus 2 to 4 hours, depending on where, because those time zones run vertically on the map.
Yeah.
You
Um,
know.
So finishing up with that EWZ here, look at all that gamma on the 821 expiration. This is sticking out to me pretty much immediately there, and look at all that positive gamma above us there on 39.
It says, let's drink a caipirinha because I'm drunk right now. My man.
That's gotta be fun.
Dude, caipirinhas are so good. They're essentially a Brazilian mojito, but with cachaça and mint. They're fucking dope. E. Louis says, I'm in Alaska. Market open at 5:30 a.m. Dude, fuck that.
God. Imagine being in Hawaii. Oh God, dude,
I'll
that would
pass,
suck,
dude.
'cause Hawaii's like,
I'm an
what, 6
insomniac.
hours
That's like when I fall asleep. I'm not going to start trading at 5:30
Tra-
a.m., bro.
train at like 4:30 a.m. Dude, I would
Good
just
God.
find a different career at that point. Yeah, kind of the thing sticking out to me on that heat zone there. You got absolute gamma at 40 there, sitting right above that put wall at 36, and look at that 821 expiration. Heavy positive gamma on 39. I like that heat zone there, maybe for a little upside there. That's kind of tickled my fancy a little bit there. Anything on the tape today? Yeah, just a lot of
And you know
heavy
Anthony likes a
volume
good tickle.
Let's see. Jeez. What are these? Oh, puts here. Bid side puts though. Bid side puts. We can take a peek at these. Maybe they're short. They're only 3% out of the money, but let's take a peek at the tape. Let's take a peek at the tape. I think these might be short here. These kind of read as short here. Look at that IV drop when they come in. We're filling. It's at the. I almost said mid there. At the bid here that entire time. Yeah, these almost look short, and they're 3% at the money. This isn't anything.
Speaking
that
of
looks
short,
like
I
it's really-
am on account B, and it is currently up about 30 points. I'm not even going to flash it on screen because I'm about to take it. Because like I said, those stair steps to the downside aren't exactly clean anymore. But I'll let you know what this does. I'm going to see if it can get all the way down to 820s here. I'll just flash on screen so people know I'm not talking shit and lying to you. I'm not lying. We're in it. But I'm probably going to take profit here shortly. So not much ado about nothing. I don't think it's a true stair step yet. That was a good bounce off the bottom here. If they reclaim 850s, I'm gone.
There you go. Let me know when your thing's off because obviously I can't see the stream now. So.
Yeah, that's my bad. Oh, it's off. Yeah, you're good. You're good.
Yeah, so I think these look short here. Just pay it. Just I'm trying to read the chat here. Just that. Oh god, that without the OBS here, I feel like I'm just blind. Yeah, I mean these look short. They're pretty close to the money, 3%, which obviously doesn't necessarily mean anything bad. But and then you got that 40 call here, which are 617 next year there. And this is not a clean fill there, but I like that heat zone on these, and maybe those short puts to go with that heat zone there. That's an interesting one there. All right, so let's see.
I'm still in. They haven't given me out yet.
Hey, well, you know what? You can stay in there because I think I gotta go take an old fashioned piss break. Look at that. I'm taking one.
All right, let me hold on. You've earned it. Yeah. I did just get stopped out in profit, but we are vibing, homies. I have no complaints this morning.
All right, you let me know when you hit the piss break thing. So
I already did. You can leave. Get out of here.
Oh, okay. Well, cool. I'll just go my pants.
Get out! They are rejecting 850s again. If they fail to reclaim, guys, I am going to be hard-pressed not to take it again. I am going to size down because, like I said, this account was red to begin with. I am now pushing back up. We're at about $600 on this account. I'm not going to be a dick here. Sized back down. I like what they're doing here at 850s. That rejection on this candle is nice. They could still form that W. All right, W invalidated. Let's see if they truck this down. If we get that full test to the 770s, I'll be hard-pressed not to try a little long for a back test up. But right now I'm sitting on my hands. We are up nice on this account. You don't need to be a dick. Like I said earlier, house money is not a thing. It's your money. If you're up on the day, don't take a risky, dumbass trade just because you're up. That doesn't make any sense. You're just risking money that you have before you even pocket it. You don't got to be a dick for little bitties here. All right, what do we got going on? Michael. You mean Michael Burry? I don't know, dude. He's smarter than I am. I'll say that much. I do think the AI shit will hit the fan eventually. I don't know that I have the confidence to short it, though. Have you seen the price of things? The hard drive that I spent $160 on a year and a half ago is worth $700 right now. Like that, I could just flip my computer and make bank, but then I won't be able to do my job, so I'm not going to do that. All right, let me get his off screen here. Get my shit on screen. Just quick gamma profile update here. They're still hovering right above that 7745 positive gamma that built up. We pointed out earlier the 7765. I said if they turned it into resistance, I'm going to keep the shorts rolling, and they sure as shit did, so I shorted again. They bounced right back down off of it. Now, what's interesting is this negative gamma zone, again, market makers tend to sell into weakness and buy into strength through these negative gamma zones. These are tapering off a little bit as we're down at the bottom end of it. Now, let me look at the 0-date contract, and it's probably identical. It sure is. But we have a little bit of positive building up at 775. So I'd be looking at some dampening at 7745 again. Maybe a bounce for a back test. See if they can get me convinced to short again. We've got a little buildup still down here at 7720 that's coming up, and even below that at 7695. So I'm still keeping my eye out for shorts, keeping in mind we have a little positive gamma building up above us during this downtrend. So keep an eye out for little stalls to the downside at these heavier positive gamma spots. This can reverse at any time, right back through that negative gamma. They just lost 7745 with a vengeance. Let's see what happens here. They might bait me, guys. They might bait me in. They just wicked off of that 776 I pointed out on the NASDAQ. Nice wick from the bottom. Buyers held it for now. Let's see what they do. If this holds support and they can reclaim 850s, I'm going to be keeping an eye out for a reversal, just like I was here, being a little tentative on that short that we took a little bit ago. Data changes in real time, so you got to be frosty. All right, let's see what we got going on in the chats, the several millions of chats. He looked at Tesla, right? That happened? Tucker, that did happen?
He who?
He did
Anthony?
look at Tesla, yeah.
Yeah, I put that one in there a while
ago. All right, I was
ago,
just making sure he looked at it, so I don't look at it again.
Yeah.
Did he look at BE? I was gone for a minute.
No, I don't think he looked at BE.
All right, chat, if you already looked at BE, just tell me to shut the hell up while I'm going through this.
Yeah.
Bloom Energy's been a bit of a spicy one, I'll be honest. If we set this to the 30-day, you can see a lot of fluctuation up and down with an overall downtrend. Right now, though, after that sweep down at like $1.50, it's been a pretty good climb upward. I wonder if they're trying to take back that 220 area as support again. But right now, it's acting as a little bit of a resistance. Net premiums for today favor the call side, but it's still negative. We're not seeing a whole lot of spice happening in the net premiums. As far as new contracts opening, we've got these 130 puts that are clear openers, but they're kind of playing out a bit already. Look how they opened right at market open. It's a perfect 1,000 contracts. No clarity on sidedness. The first order of 500 came in right at the ask. These are flagging as bid because the bid and the ask tightened up to be literally the same thing. You know, I would lean BTO just by product of how it filled initially with a bid of 1, and they still filled at that perfect ask of 20. But again, these happen right away at open, and they're sitting in the red a little bit, assuming they were long. They're trading at about 22 per contract here. They were opened at 20. Yeah, something to keep an eye on. They spiked up to 25 very briefly. What else we got on BE? Is there anything worth talking about on this bad boy? Most of these high volume contracts can be closures, is the thing here. Like these 100s, there's only 2,000 volume on the day with almost 5,000 open interest, and candle size isn't really matching up with prior entries outright. That doesn't necessarily mean these aren't exits, right? We have that much open interest and only half of the volume is transacted. Every single contract that's transacted today could be a closure. So on Bloom Energy flow-wise, I'm not seeing clean entries. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not seeing clean opening calls. All these puts are clean openers, but the way they're filling isn't clean. We've got a bunch of mid fills. We got a bunch of bid fills and ask fills. The cleanest ask side are these $150 puts. But again, man, the open interest to volume ratio, not ideal. Not ideal. These could be getting bought to close. Yeah, we have more volume on the day, but none of these transactions that occurred are bigger than the volume prior to them combined with open interest. And because of that, literally all of it could be positional closures rather than entries. Anthony, you want to do a Bloom Energy heat zone read?
Yeah. Yeah, sorry, the dog blew his asshole open upstairs. So
lovely. That's
Oh,
funny.
I went to. I went
No, it's
to-
funny
I went to-
it's funny because at the top of the show, you were saying you're hoping my dog shits everywhere since he didn't shit when I let him out, and then you got punished. That is divine intervention.
Well, technically, I didn't get punished. I didn't have to clean it up. So.
Oh, well, that's fucked up. You just abuse your partner and make them do it? That's crazy. That's crazy.
It was already done when I went up there. I like
you heard it here first, folks. Anthony is a misogynist. You heard it here first.
I went upstairs to take a whiz.
This is not a surprise.
And there's just paper towels like all over. I'm like, oh no.
No. That sucks.
Yeah. So heat zone read here.
Heat zone read, baby.
Yeah, I'm looking at 2-day here. I mean, you got positive gamma down there at 225, 230 is our absolute gamma. Yeah, this thing's been ripping. I mean, we had like a 26% day. I think it was like last Thursday. Or no, it was, yeah, I think last Thursday and Friday, one of those days. And then 16-day out. Yeah, I mean, there's positive gamma below us. I mean, we're already up $8 here. So, you know, we've already kind of passed that level there. So, again, kind of thinking we were about, you know, 228-ish here. Price comes up into positive gamma. And then
go ahead and start that over.
Oh, boy.
I forgot to switch screens.
So, okay, so we started out kind of, you know, 234-ish, 227-ish here. Let's look at our gamma here. So I mean, we've already kind of came up past that 225. So that 225 almost held as support here because it looks like we touched. Let's come back here. Touched that kind of 227-ish area. So
and if you're wondering, yes, I did short again.
Of course you did.
Yeah.
16 days out here, we went up kind of through that 230 positive gamma. There's not really much else right now besides that. I mean, nothing really heavy there. Kind of coming up into that call wall there at 250. I mean, still got 6% to go. Obviously, it's still a ways, but yeah, I think we've already kind of made our move heat zone wise there. Yeah. So, and I'm guessing you looked at flow on that one already.
On Bloom, yeah. There's not a whole lot happening
Okay.
today. Most of today's volume could very much be closures, and the ones that are
Okay.
for sure openers are kind of dog shit fill wise.
Figured. All right, so we got NVIDIA and then COO here.
Yes,
so
sir.
NVIDIA, we're gonna.
I'm still in the short. They didn't stop me out, so I'm gonna ride it.
Yeah, I like. Speaking of that, they're look at all that upside positioning just dropping off there too.
I don't like that the negative gamma zone we're sitting in is widening.
Yeah,
I don't love that because that could give us a severe, violent, fast reversal, and I don't want that to happen if I'm short. But I'm short. We're chilling. I'll flash it on screen just real quick. I'm playing the exact same thing, folks. I'm hoping for this to be a stair step without them reclaiming those 850s. Those 850s are becoming my line in the sand. They keep testing it until they reclaim it. I'm not concerned about this position. And my profit target, I would like a new low of day, but I don't know if they have the juice right now. So I'm just going to monitor it and see what happens. You feel me? Otherwise, 776, that same spot they wicked below before the comeback, that's my target on this short. Again, do not shadow trade. If you're not already in a short, don't enter just because I am. I'm currently up about 30 points on this trade, so your entry would be dog shit anyway. And depending on how the internet's feeling today, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, it might be up to 10 seconds before you hear me say what I'm saying right now. So be careful out there. Don't shadow trade.
Yes.
I'm just showing you how I trade and doing it live so you know I'm not full of shit.
Especially with that janky-ass computer of yours. Thing's probably a 20-minute delay, and they're like, wow, dude's talking about shorting at 7,700 and we're at like 7,900. Like, what an idiot.
Go team.
Yeah, I'm kind of just looking here at NVIDIA. A lot of volume on this 94170 with a lot of open interest. I do want to kind of take a peek and see what's going on with that. Would not surprise me to potentially see this being maybe some sort of closure here. Let's take a little gander here. Oof, that's what we got there. So okay, we got 71,000. I think they were short. I think they were short the puts. Look at all that volume there on the third, buying it back today, possibly at 56 cents. I think they're closing these short puts. I think they're closing those short puts. I mean, that volume's let me just do this 3 days and kind of see it a little bit better. I mean, all that volume, and just kind of look at that volume. And
hey, chat, do you dare me to add to this position?
Jesus. Yeah, add 5 contracts. I bet you won't.
No, they're still in the same range. If they backtest and reject again, I'm probably going to add to it. But right now, I'm chilling.
Yeah, this looks like a short put closure here, though. I mean, there's all your bid side action kind of there on the
Everyone's
third.
saying yes. You degenerates. You absolute degens.
I think they want to see you lose. I think they want to see you lose it. And then have you have a stony meltdown on here.
I don't think I would have a meltdown, but I would curse a couple of times at least.
Just a couple of times?
A dozen.
Okay. Yeah, so
take a baker's dozen, Bob.
These look like they're getting closed here. Anything else? How about these 817, 215 puts? These kind of look clean, a little higher multi-leg, so we'll double check that there. But 6,800 contracts here against 11 open interest. It's already kind of moving up a little bit. I'm happy I have the window open. Otherwise, if I would have smelled that poop, dude, I would have died. I cannot pick up dog poop, like mushy stuff, because, dude, I have a weak little stomach.
What a surprise.
So not only is Anthony a misogynist, he's afraid of physical labor. So you are just you're batting
physical labor
today.
Physical labor. Aren't you the one that makes fun of me because I mow the lawn?
No, I make fun of you for having an all grass lawn because that's lame as shit and bad for the environment.
What people all grass lawn.
Yeah, that's why I
Jeez,
make fun of you.
Okay.
Bee killer. Anthony hates bees, guys. You heard it here first. He's a misogynist, afraid of pphysical labor, and he hates
raised
bees.
gardens outside.
Oh
There's
my
raised
goodness.
gardens out there. Just
Oh
gonna
my
have people
god.
protesting at my house.
That'd be a crazy thing. But look, you have a lawn, you idiot.
You
Just
suck.
pulling out my grass. Oh, dude, oof.
We have fun here,
Yeah,
folks. I'm still just
yeah,
sitting in the same short, but let's finish up NVIDIA. I'll shut the hell up
Yeah,
briefly. Briefly.
NVIDIA earnings in 21 days. That'll be fun. That'll be fun. Big spike in IV when these come in, but they're, the fills are kind of, well, in this chunk here, the fills are all the same, but yeah, I mean, you got kind of some fills rising here at the end. I just don't like that kind of beginning of the tape here where those fills are kind of bouncing around there. Kind of messier on that one. Anything else on the tape? Anything else on the tape? Not really anything. Not really too much there. I'm guessing we're going to see a lot of kind of goofy flows as we get closer to earnings. We can look at the heat zone on it,
NVIDIA gets so spicy, dude.
Yeah.
We will be doing a stream for the NVIDIA earnings drop. We won't be around for the call, but we will do like a power hour stream into close and the data drop for NVIDIA earnings. So
What day is it?
be prepared for that. It's like the 20th
Is
or
that
some
the
shit,
26th?
dude. Yeah, dude. They always do it
26th?
so
Is that it's a
late.
Wednesday.
They
Tis a
always do it so
Wednesday.
late.
Hell yeah.
Alright, I don't like
heat
that
zone
positional
here.
hold that NASDAQ did, so I'm going to flatten this and look for re-entry. We only made about $50 on that, all said and done.
Hey, $50 is $50.
$50, $50. We are on a streak today, so I'm just going to manage risk. We don't want to give it back. Like I said, no such thing as house money. It's your money. Don't fuck around. Or fuck around. I'm not going to tell you what to do, dude. I'm not gonna do whatever the hell you want.
Even the heat zones on NVIDIA aren't really clean right now. I mean, 2 days, you're kind of biggest, and we're coming into that heavy positive gamma, which is the call wall here. So maybe see a little dampening of that price action there. Absolute gamma's at 220 there. So maybe we kind of dampen here a little bit. Yeah, not much for flow, though. Not much for flow there. Flow on that one. And then it looks like COO is next.
COO. And after that, we will do Hood Gamma, and that's probably going to be our last one. We are at the end of the show for the day, but we will squeeze a couple more in that trickled in here toward the end as well.
COO, I have never traded this thing in my life. Look at these big spikes in ask side call premium. Nothing really today. I just want to go back and look at these quick. So yesterday, what do we got? Let's just kind of see how these look there. Kind of goofy there. Actually, it looks like a ad. So we had 1,500, 1,000, maybe a little position builder going on here. But I want to see how that bid side kind of looks there. I don't like the bid side. Oh, and it's just one of those kind of big block trades. And look at that fill on it there. It's a mid fill on that one.
That's ugly.
And then let's look at
right
the
there.
ask side one from yesterday. I probably not gonna. Yeah, just again, it's almost a mid fill there. That's a horrendous bid ask spread. I would not want to.
Yeah, I don't
touch
love it.
that there.
I really
we
do
just
like
had
the fill
one-
versus spread slider that the devs
Oh, I
added.
know. It's so
just-
nice.
You don't have to do as much math. Yes,
It's
addition and
wonderful.
subtraction is easy. Sue me.
Well, if you're trying to look at a spread really quickly here, I mean, if you're like without that fill verse spread there, like you're sitting there like, okay, well, 290, $1.10 for a spread. We're trading at 339. I got to do some subtraction and stuff here instead of, hey, I'm just looking here. There's that fill.
I'm short again. Same thing.
let's
If
see,
this
so
one
it's-
stops out, I'm done because we are up nice. And like I just said, it's not house money. We made this on the show. We're not going to give it back. My stop is up there. I'll take about $110 hit of our $600 win earlier. Risk to reward is there. My first target is 820 area. I would love them to finally kick out the chair and take us back to a new low here to solidify that our stair step range here is maintaining. But if they take me out, I'll just be done scalping this SOB for the day. We had a great morning. No complaints from me there. Let's finish up our COO, hit Hood, and then send these homies off into the rest of their days.
Yeah, almost
Knowing
like,
that
looks
Anthony's
like
a
this-
misogynist and lazy and he hates bees.
I actually have to mow the lawn today too. After, so just, figure. Yeah, I mean we're sitting on that 75 positive gamma here, so I wonder if we're gonna hold this as support and just kind of look at your days to expiration. All that positive gamma is above us or so. Maybe see a little kind of potential dampening of that price here. Put wall is down there at 70 though. And the call wall's up there at 80. But yeah, I didn't really see anything for flow on that one. And then it looks like we got one contract left here. SpaceX. Oh, the 330. Oh, Joe sent those.
Yeah, dude, they're
Yeah,
back.
I think Joe owes us something for that, doesn't he? I mean,
Yeah,
we
something
gotta
about
go
a
back and
car.
chat and look.
All right,
I think
folks,
so.
real
Both
quick
of us?
here. Real quick here. I got it on screen for him. I'm about to flatten this. We're right on top of my target. I'm not going to let this sweep me back out. I got no complaints. I don't like that I got slippage on the exit, but that's fine. I still think we have a little bit ways to go. But, like I said, we're not going to be assholes here. We had a really good morning, and we're going to be happy with it. It's not house money. It's not the markets. I just took it from the market. I'm not giving it back to them. The markets have taken plenty of money from me. It's our turn. You feel me? You feel me? All right, let's hit hood and then get these homies the hell out of here.
Yeah, let's look at hit. Yeah, and just before we look at hood here, yeah, I mean, look at my tape. Just multi-leg, just nothing, which is fine,
It
All right,
happens.
let's do hood.
And
Let's do
again,
hood.
it's all filtering too. Like sometimes things sneak in, sometimes things don't
Yeah.
even hit my feed, and then they go fucking ballistic. That's fine. Our filters are our filters, just because they're how our brains work with the flow.
Yeah.
So just
I mean,
because
we've
there's not
had how
something
many
there
of-
specifically doesn't mean there's nothing at all. It's just not hitting our feed.
Yeah, that's I mean, like you look at that $5,000 whale, well, quote whale that came in on whatever ticker that was, and they turned 5,000 into like 1.5 million, like stuff like that comes in, but it's hard to find a 5,000 dollar whale like that and kind of go with that. All right, net premiums on hood here, kind of just a lot of side call stuff in here. We had a big spike back there on 8.3. It looks like it wasn't really preemptive though, just kind of going with that price. Looks like they kind of maybe got out of some of that yesterday. Just doing a visual here, not really actually clicking in there. Let's look at these. Oh, there's a lot of open interest on these. Let's just quick
Yeah,
look.
that's been kind of the tail of the tape today.
Yeah.
No, like super clean and clear openers. There've been a couple.
Yeah, a couple. Maybe these 8-14-90 calls. Again, just messy though. Messy. And I didn't really put a filter on those. Yeah, it's all kind of bid side stuff here. Yeah, bid side. Yeah. I'm not big on calls that are, in the money for shorting anything. Yeah, these are a little kind of too close there. Yeah, and it's smaller kind of premium there. Let's just do a heat zone read on it quick here. That 2-day out. Yeah, I mean, we're just kind of in the heaviest positive gamma right now. 16 days out, maybe a little upside there. Yeah, I mean, your further dates out there, I mean, your heavy positive gamma is on the upside there. We are sitting right on that put wall at 93 there too. So yeah, I mean, heat zones look interesting there for a little upside possibly, and then with absolute gamma at 100 there as well.
Whoops. Dropping shit.
Yeah, that is it.
Real quick, I am glad we fucked off of that short when we did. Look at that hold right at my target. The reason for that is I'm kind of seeing it was starting to happen here, but we took that short earlier because they failed to get above that last stair step. Right now, they're doing kind of the same thing they did here, where they're starting to hint at a stair step reversal to the other side. Not a V reversal where you see that really crazy just ripper to the upside after making a bottom, but they have yet to set new lows on each of these back tests down. I wouldn't be surprised at all if they take the old college try at reclaiming that 77.45 we talked about earlier. They wicked down below it into that negative gamma zone, but held. We finally have a teeny bit of call premiums coming in. I'd be keeping an eye on this same range, though. If they keep rejecting 77.45, it is a valid short area, but I have this buildup showing now at 77.65, which was, if you recall earlier, our target for that first short we took. So if they end up ranging between these spots right here, that 77.65, 77.45, I would not be surprised at all unless we see a major change in the gamma profile, because right above us we got negative gamma right up into that 77.65 positive gamma. If you remember earlier this morning, We played that to the downside. They squeezed right through it to set a new low of day. And now I wonder if the buyers got the juice to push back through it to the upside and accelerate through that negative gamma again. But I am done trading for today. That was the last flow read of the morning. So let's get Tucker's goofy ass face on here with our goofy ass faces.
Bang,
right
bang,
quick.
bong.
Everybody, you guys kept chat popping the whole damn time, and I appreciate you for
Yeah, it
that.
was great.
I'm trying to get the YouTube and the Twitch back to their old glory. And we got about 3,000 individual viewers on the YouTube today. Those of you who stuck it out to the end, I appreciate you like crazy. Let us know. Tag me at NicholasFNS or Anthony at Anthony Sanford. And let us know if there's anything special you want to see on the show. If you liked us going back and forth like we did today, not every day is going to be some spicy Stoner gets to keep shorting over and over again. I'm working on it for when we got that personal account back up and running. Hopefully next week, I'm working on letting myself open up my profitability instead of hard stopping at 300 like I have been, to kind of get away from what happened last September when I lost a family member. I'm going to start taking those training wheels off a little bit, see if we can get a little more excitement on the show. I'm not going to extend my risk, however. I will allow myself to get more profitability, but I will not allow myself to lose more than 300 on a day. That is going to stay permanently. That's just how I'm going to manage risk going forward, especially since we have a show to keep going. If I nuke my account, how the fuck are we going to have a show? You feel me? Well, let us know how you guys are feeling, if you had fun today. And we'll be back again Monday morning for a much more futures-focused show. I hope. Assuming my computer doesn't die again. Thanks for coming, everybody. We'll catch you guys on Monday. Have a great rest of your week.
See ya.
See ya.